How's it going, everyone? This is PC here, and I'm here with classically trained Mark.
What's up, guys? How you guys doing?
Metrotham Con next week.
Mm-hmm. Was it 10 days or 9 days? Because
9 days.
today's technically over. Yeah.
Yeah, 9 days. So, what have you been up to?
Um, Extremely busy
Yeah.
planning this show. This is crunch time. So, I'll be honest with you. The past couple of days, I've been folding and stapling our paper schedules.
Ah,
So, not only do I plan everything and like get guests and book flights and just kind of coordinate everything, I also fold paper and staple them. So kind
those
of do a little bit of
staples.
everything.
Those damn staples.
Right.
By the way, we have a bunch of other people here. Of course, as always, we have Michelle, my manager. Michelle.
Hi, sorry, I'm here.
And we have Win.
Hello.
And of course, we have Meme and BJ Starshine. So, I'm looking forward to Metrotham Con. I already got my room booked and everything. Uh, so, what is the turnout? What's the turnout going to be?
Um, just kind of based off of pre-registration, we're at right at a little over 500 for pre-registration.
Ah,
So typically, you can expect three times that amount to actually show up day of. So I would expect 2,000 plus.
yeah.
That's kind of what I would expect.
Yeah, and I talked to Quentin about it. He's looking forward to it.
Yeah, no, Quentin's fantastic. His personality is amazing. You want to talk about improv? That guy is perfect for it. So
Hell yeah.
we may pull him in on some of our improv
Yeah.
panels and stuff. I think he would do fantastic.
Oh yeah. Quentin's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just like we talked to him for like over an hour, and it was like talking to a friend.
Yeah.
Quentin's he's just he's a ball of energy wrapped up.
Yep.
A big ball of energy,
Yeah.
and
Samantha seems really sweet too.
hell yeah.
Um, so I think they're going to be a joy to spend the weekend with.
Oh yeah.
For sure.
And of course, Crumbion is gonna be there too.
Yeah, I saw that. It's really cool.
Yeah, she's been wanting to come. Like, I tried to help her whatever way I could.
Yeah.
I ain't got a whole lot of money. I'm trying to save up as much as I can. But other than that, I got the room booked. I got the shirts made. Yes, Pirate Canvas merch. I know, plug. But.
Shameless plug.
So, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to everything because I was looking at I was actually looking at the schedule with DJ Ronan,
Yeah.
Dojin, which
Yep.
he's gonna be joining us later, but because
Okay, cool.
he has some things to tell you. But
Hey
yeah,
guys, I'm sorry.
you're
Sorry
all
I'm
right.
late.
You're all right.
Just getting some water and my big my big little sister is
You're fine.
almost me.
But what are you looking forward to, though, Mark?
The people. That's my favorite part of what I do is meeting people. Right. If I didn't like meeting people, I'm in the wrong business.
Oh yeah,
I really enjoy seeing somebody get excited about a celebrity guest that we have, right? Where they have that moment, that it moment where they meet this person finally, they're right in front of them, and they're like, "Oh my gosh,
hmm
you were my childhood," or "Oh my gosh, you were did the best movie I've ever seen," just and then they kind of share their personal experiences. I love seeing that. I love kind of giving back to my community and to the people that are in it. And then bringing people from kind of all over together and just enjoying a fun filled weekend. You know,
Yeah.
that's
And
that's what it's all about for me.
I was telling Michelle about the convention, like everything you guys do, like the after party stuff,
Yep.
like that's one of the best things about Metrotham Con is the fact that you're not just going to one convention. It feels like you're going to two different conventions because
Right.
there, of course, during the daytime, it's all the fun and guest stuff, and then at nighttime, you have more of the adult stuff.
Right. And that's the thing. I think somebody was talking about it earlier. Um, if you go to a convention, there has to be content,
Mm-hmm.
right? You can't just have a vendor hall and celebrity guests. You're going to be bored for 3 days. You shouldn't be a 3 day show if that's all you got.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I really kind of want to follow the bigger convention model to where we have, live music, we've got comedy shows, we got magic shows, we got a carnival day racing, we've got lip sync battles, we've got 90s karaoke, we've got name that tune. I don't know if I mentioned magic show, a puppet show. We've got the after dark stuff that's 18 and up. There's really
Mm-hmm.
something for everybody. There's a lot of content. So, and then of course your traditional, panels, celebrity panels, and we've got like a ghost hunting panel. There's all kinds of different stuff throughout all different genres that you'll find at our show. So it has a big convention vibe, um, and you can tell it's kind of growing to become that at some point.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Michelle, do you have any questions for Mark? Michelle?
No, not that I can think of. Sorry.
I mean, I thought you were gonna ask him some big questions.
Why you got to bring that up? Why?
Cause why not bring it up?
Naya,
She's.
Naya, get your boyfriend before I do. Before I get the belt.
She's gonna bring out the she's gonna bring out the bonk jail. She's gonna bring out the horny bat.
Oh
Now,
god.
I won't shy
Oh
away
my!
from any questions. So if there's something you want to ask, by
Actually,
all
no,
means.
I have a good question for you.
Yeah.
Out of all the conventions that you've been to personally, what do you think is by far the best convention experience that anyone should listen to or agree with?
Um, so I've been to a lot. At this point, I've been to probably 300 plus.
Yeah.
And they range from extremely small, like only 50 people, to 250,000 people. Um, so those larger conventions, let's say Dragon Con, New York Comic Con, San Diego Comic Con, there are aspects of them that are fun, but it's just too much. Like, everything's so spread out. There's multiple things you want to do that happen at the same time, so you got to pick and choose. It's really tough. So I think kind of one that I've really enjoyed. I thought it was all under one roof. My favorite so far has been MomoCon. They
Oh
they've got
yeah,
about
Momocon's great.
they've got
Oh,
about 40,000 attendees. It's not too big. It's not the size of Dragon Con, which has about 90,000. So it's still a big convention, but it's all under one roof. Everything's easily accessible. It's a lot of fun. So yeah, I would say MomoCon's probably my favorite experience so far.
When tell them what con you're going to.
I'm going to Anime Minneapolis this year. I went there last year as well, but I did also go to MomoCon back in 2016 with another friend of mine, where I got my Monica plushie there.
Nice.
Monica, just Monica. But Anime Minneapolis, Quentin Flynn's gonna be there this year as well.
Yep.
So that's gonna be fucking hilarious. That not only did you guys get to meet Quentin, but I get to meet Quentin 2 weeks later. It's ironic.
Yeah. And I told Quentin, I mean, we gotta hang out or something, like go out and eat somewhere, because I mean, that's my favorite thing about conventions is meeting the guests and
Mhm.
being personal with them, like how we are right now, like because I don't see celebrities as like these special people like that should be put on a high pedestal. I mean, I
Right.
see them just like, I mean, a normal person.
And most of them like that. They like to be approach like a normal human being.
Yeah.
But there are some of them that like being a star, and it feeds their ego a little bit, and that's okay too. I guess they've worked hard to get to
To
that
get to
position.
that position. Yeah.
So to each their own. But my thing, like, I agree, the guests are like such an important part, especially if you're a newer convention, because I mean, you throw Metrotham Con out there, and you're like, I don't know what that is. You know, I, we haven't been established long enough, so the only thing that people can kind of see is like, oh, they've got Jonathan
Dojan in the
Frakes.
chat. What's up, Dojan?
What's up, Doja? They've got Kevin Sorbo. They've got Walter Jones from Power Rangers. They've got Vic. They've got Quentin. They've got Chuck Huber. I know those people. I want to meet those people, and it's in Chattanooga. That's close to where I live, so that's what's going to drive people to our show.
Oh yeah.
That's how you kind of get new people in. And then once the people are there, that's where your content comes in, right? Like all that fun stuff I just mentioned earlier.
Oh, yeah.
If it's good and if it's on point, people will enjoy themselves and they'll want to come back regardless of who your guests are. And that's why we want to provide a really fun fan experience for everybody.
Yeah. And
No.
last what?
Oh, my bad.
You're
Sorry.
fine. Last year was fun. It was really fun. I enjoyed it. My girlfriend enjoyed it. We all had a great time.
Yeah.
And like you've been planning this for over a year now. Like, and that's the thing. You keep going. Like you don't. I mean, I've never seen you take a break.
No.
Because I even told people, getting up with Mark is really hard because he's always busy.
Yeah.
But
I am.
that's the thing about it. You keep going, you keep pushing yourself out there.
Sometimes it can be exhausting, but it's hard to juggle, family life or everyday reality, and then I get to do this really fun, cool thing, that's allows me to be nerdy and geeky and tap into my inner child, so to speak. I get to do this fun thing, and it's like I said, my favorite part of it is seeing people's reactions and watching people and observing people having fun and making new friends, and we've had people propose to their loved one at our show. It's really cool to see that kind of stuff. So
Now,
yeah.
I have a good question. I have another question. All right, this is
Oh.
gonna be a bit out of there. Okay, this is gonna be a real interesting question. It's gonna be a doozy. What do you think was the weirdest experience or weirdest convention moment that you've ever experienced?
Oh.
Well, there's a good one. It happens at MomoCon.
It's always
And-
MomoCon.
It's always mobile.
And I was I went to talk to a specific voice actor. I won't mention her name. But I was talking to her about the convention and possibly at some point doing the show, doing our convention, and she's like, hey, let's get a photo, and she wanted me to put my arm around her, and my hand like hit the table and accidentally brushed up against her butt. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't mean to do that. She's like, oh, it's okay. She grabbed my hand and put it on her butt. So I'm like, all right, this is very awkward. This is weird. This person later on was involved in some things
I think I know what this is.
Yeah.
with one of our guests.
No, I do.
It was really weird. And then to hear this person talk negatively about their fans was just a really weird and uncomfortable situation. So
Yeah, and I mean, I'm sure that there's a lot of people who are probably watching this stream right now who are probably like, why would you invite Vic Mignogna? And
Sure.
I mean, because that's how they are. These people, they feed, like I told Quentin, these people have nothing better to do with their lives, and this is what their lives are, is Twitter.
In today's day and age, it's 2023. With technology the way it is, and with the light being shined on, Vic so eminently, like the man, if he was guilty of all the stuff that has been said about him, he would be locked in the jail forever, right? So I do believe we're guilty or innocent till proven guilty, right? That's how it should be.
Hey, Dudgeon.
What's up, Doug? So I'm just of the mindset, hey, I do this stuff because I'm a fan of the fandoms, right? I don't really care what people's political views are. I don't care what their religious beliefs are. That's not why I do this, right?
Yeah.
I care because there are people who love Full Metal Alchemist. It's probably the best anime of all time, right?
Yes.
Most people would agree with that.
Yeah,
And
there's a lot, but still.
So, and that's the same thing with any of our guests. It drives me nuts when people try to bring politics or religion into stuff. I'm like, look, I don't care if that person is a Democrat or Republican, or if they're a Christian, or if they're atheist. I don't care. We're here for fandoms. We're supposed to come together and celebrate the fandoms, right? So I get my guests based off of that. And Vic was one of the highest requested guests to have back, and that's why I did it. Fans wanted to see him. He's a part of pop culture and anime, right? He's a huge part of anime.
And not just that, it's the perfect time because, Full Metal Alchemist has been, it's 20 years, since the anime aired.
I would be the first.
I feel so old now.
God, I'm
I would
fucking
be the
old.
first. If any of our guests, if you showed me a video of Vic being any of those things that he's accused of, I'd be the first to be like, nah, I can't have him.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But that's the thing. Like we are innocent until proven guilty, and I'm of the mindset. Hey, I'm not gonna jump on somebody or
Quentin. Quentin sort of was in the same boat as Vic.
But
a little bit.
He actually
went to court.
He got to go to court, and he won his case, right? So
the thing is with Quentin's case is that Quentin specific, like the thing is that there was a whole ass Twitter account that was specifically following people that I'm not going to mention the account's name or the person involved because that account followed me specifically.
Hey, they did me too, and they messaged me. It was really weird because they seen that I was a fan. I was a fan of Quentin.
Awkward, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
but Mark, that's why I really respect Metrotham Con and just you guys as a whole. Because I'm you know me by Matt, but my DJ handle obviously Dojo, whatever. Anyway, but the main reason why I respect you guys is because you're upfront about that. You're like, no, this is meant for escapism. We're all supposed to be here to have a good time, to escape reality, to kind of get lost in the things that we enjoy. Right. And you can't really do that or let yourself go when you're bringing those kinds of issues like politics, religion, sexuality, anything that's like that. Like when you bring that in and you're making it a problem, it's hard to get immersed in the fandom. And that's what we should be striving for, is to go to an event, have fun. And because that's the environment that you guys provide, because again, you guys are for fans, or by fans for fans.
By fans for fans.
Yeah, and you guys have been that way ever since I first discovered you guys back in the first Metrotham Con that you guys had. So it's really important to have that kind of mindset, I feel, in this environment, especially now in the year that we're in,
Part I've never been to Metrotham Con, and I probably will attend at some point currently. But hopefully next year. Me and my boys are going to go to Anime Minneapolis because obviously it's their first time going to Anime Con, so they want something a bit closer to home than, not going 6 states away, or 7 states depending on where you are, or even further beyond, or even across the world. Like hell. Like I want to go to Niji Con, that's all the way in Japan. But it's just when you have a community like the anime community, for example, all right, you're bringing in you bring in a whole ass group of people. It's not just a small group. It's a whole ass community. So when you're bringing people all together, you're gonna have problems either way. But the cons are designed for fans and by fans, and there should be no like issues when it comes to this type of crap.
Yeah, you got to leave it all out the door, right? You got to
Yeah.
remember. I think us as human beings, we focus too much on our differences instead of our things that we have in common, right? Like, so that's the thing. Like, I love Full Metal Alchemist. I know PC does, right?
Yep.
That's something. Hey,
on me.
let's go and enjoy that and talk about that and celebrate that together instead of worrying about what religion somebody believes in. I don't care. You know what I mean? Like that doesn't matter.
Well, when you start to focus on what like separates us, that's what like puts the divide there, right?
Right.
And so it's best to focus on like, hey, we all love the same thing. Let's celebrate the same thing.
That's why we're here in the first place.
Exactly. And that's why I have so much respect for you guys.
There's too many people that just want to tear each other down, and that's just ridiculous. I mean, life is hard enough as it is without that. You know.
Like, you don't have to be buddy with everybody, or you don't have to like respect other people. Just being a good fucking human being and attending the con and just enjoying it, that's better than
coexistence.
Yeah.
Honestly, people just find any reason to hate someone, no matter what it is.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah,
but that's also because they don't have anything good going on in their life.
Right.
Let's face it.
Now, again, if you're a child molester or a murderer, I probably, I don't have nothing for you. That's
exactly.
totally different.
I can't defend you on that, but
that's like if we invited a guest and they did anything that was out of the way, I'll be the first one to escort their ass out. Excuse my language, sorry. But I've said that and stuff before, I'll be the first one to tell them to go, to kick rocks. Like that this isn't the place for that.
Exactly.
So, and that's why, that I've gotten a little pushback, because we do have, some conservative Christians, in a couple of our guests. And I'm like, well, I have 12 total guests. You've only have issues with 2. The other 10 are the complete opposite. So, how are you affiliating me with anybody? If anything, I would should be considered more, Democratic or liberal, based off of my other guests. Like, so I just don't play that game. That's just dumb to me.
I just don't see it.
Yeah.
Thanks, BJ.
And another thing too is that it's mostly like the people that complain the loudest are also the ones that wouldn't support like you guys or anything in general. So it's not like they're actually going to come to the convention anyway.
No.
Right.
So
So
they're not even gonna come. So what's the fucking
I
point?
have this saying. It's really good. So in life, there's 10% of people that will love you no matter what, right?
Yep.
There's 10% of people that will hate you no matter what. Those people you don't have to placate to. They're going to feel that way regardless of what you do. It's the other 80%. How do you sway them one way or the other, right? So any negativity, you just got to block it out. And that can go with each and every one of you in your own personal lives. There's going to be people that hate you. There's going to be people that love you no matter what. How do you make a difference with that other 80%?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh yeah.
And it's a good saying. It really does fit to a lot of situations.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
And it's, I mean, like, just leave everything else at the door and just,
let go and have fun. That's the point. Like, and it's unfortunate that people can't do that because either they don't have anything that's really good that's driving them.
Hype.
Yeah. Oh, everyone better get excited. Good.
Boy. People are fucking hyped. Goddamn.
I can't wait. I mean, this year's just went by fast.
Yep.
Like, we're already in May.
It's gonna be May. Sorry, I had to.
Fuck off with that.
Doji said he's gonna be playing some Backstreet Boys, so
yeah, I got it. I have to.
Bye April, right?
Yep. Yep. Exactly.
That's NSYNC. Bye.
Mm-hmm.
Close
I
enough.
swear to God, Pirate. I swear to God, next year if I'm going to Metrotham, bro, I'm bringing my night outfit, bro. I'm going in full night, bro.
We're doing. I think next year's Millennium, ain't it?
Actually, you know, I like to plan very far in advance, but there's just been some guests that have kind of fallen in my lap that makes me want to change the theme for next year. So
Hell
I
yeah.
think I think we're gonna be the magical world of Metrotham and go Disney theme, right?
Ah.
Oh
Okay.
God. No, I'm not going there. Never mind.
Well, just
Michelle.
Hey,
No, man.
She hates
You
Disney.
Listen.
you ain't making me go.
How do you hate
Not
Disney?
Disney.
I'm not a fan of the company per se, but Disney encompasses what? Marvel, Star Wars, all that stuff.
Yeah,
So.
yeah.
No, it's not even because of the. It's not even because of that. I just hate Disney.
You're
I'm
un-American.
Disney's
No, I'm
bad.
just, I'm just kidding.
So if I had the
Disney's
voice actress for Ariel sing part of that world or your world on stage, that wouldn't be cool.
Pass.
I think that'd be pretty cool, Mark.
She don't like.
It would be great.
She don't like
Yeah.
Little Mermaid.
I mean, I don't hate it, but no,
Pocahontas, Colors of the
I
Wind.
was not a fan of Disney when I was
Can
a little
you
girl.
paint with all the colors of the wind?
Right.
Byron,
Oh my
please
goodness.
stop
Judy
singing.
Dench.
Mark has just single-handedly turned this stream into Disney themed.
Oh god. But I mean, if you have like, I mean, if you bring Chris Pratt, I'm sure she'll go.
Chris
Who?
Pratt.
Chris Pratt.
Chris Pratt.
Who was Chris Pratt?
That's a
Oh my
actor
God.
for-
Oh,
Oh
my!
my fucking god!
All right, guys.
Mario!
Well, it was nice
Well, guys,
meeting
I
you,
gotta
Mark.
get off this stream. I
Oh,
gotta
yeah.
go. I can't deal with that.
Yeah, that's.
Oh yeah, by the
Oh,
way,
Lord.
yeah,
Chris
Chris Pratt, he's I don't know. I love Chris Pratt. I mean, he's a good guy
Is
from
it
what
the
I've
actor
heard.
for Star Wars?
But I mean, I know who he is, and I've not seen Guardians of the Galaxy. I really haven't.
Come
You
on,
don't need to
guys.
see Guardians
My
of the
mom
Galaxy.
though,
Mark.
my mom though, she has seen it. Like she's seen all
That doesn't
both
count.
movies, and this Friday she's
Mark,
gonna go
me and
see
you are
Guardians of the
kindred
Galaxy.
spirits
The
right now,
Galaxy.
dude. My
Sorry,
soul
30.
is hurting.
I don't know what's happening. There's people that don't like Disney, and now people
Yeah, I
don't know
know.
who Chris Pratt
You
is.
don't
and
like
they're
Disney?
seeing Guardians.
Who is Chris Pratt? Then guy says it's Mario.
But
Duh.
I mean,
That's the joke. That was the joke.
That's crazy.
come on,
I
Michelle,
know.
you have to come.
I literally said that as a joke.
I mean, and
I
plus,
know. I'm fucking with
Mark, it won't be all Disney guests, will it?
Oh no.
No, it's always diverse.
So our
Yeah, that was-
anime guests for
Yeah.
next year are going to be.
Yeah, but
Or
Michelle's
is
hate
everybody
for
still saying
Disney.
dope? Is that something I could say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Michelle's hate for Disney ranges to unknowable heights.
Yeah, well.
But I
And he's
mean,
not wrong.
there's, I
man.
mean, look what it says behind him: multi-fandom convention.
True.
That means there's everything for everyone, even those who hate Disney.
Do DC next.
Dudes,
Then I'll go.
There will be
Well,
there'll be a
guys.
DC year.
excuse me.
What?
You knew darn well when you guys mentioned Disney, I come right back in.
Oh no!
Yeah, I could've left.
Come
I'm just saying.
Oh Lord.
Come on, Michelle, you have to come next year.
No, she doesn't.
Why Disney?
Multi-fandom
Why?
con.
Mark,
Like
you-
in a mini,
Mark,
bro.
Do that. I will
Hey.
be there.
Hey,
Didn't you hear my little speech about getting the other 80%? Disney's how you do
Bingo.
that.
Yeah,
I know.
Other
I got it.
that's how you get
But
the
thing
whole
is, she's
80%.
gonna drag me through the whole thing.
Right.
You ain't even got to worry
No.
about the other 10 or 10. No, that's how you get the whole pie. I
There
think
you
it's a
go.
great idea.
Then meanwhile, there's me. I want to meet Johnny Young Bosch or Erica Mendes so fucking badly, man.
oh
Johnny's pretty cool. He's pretty
I
cool.
want to
I've met
meet
him,
Johnny so fucking badly, man.
Yeah, I've met him a million times at Yamacon. He's really good. Check
Yeah.
out his band. If you don't know he has a band,
Yeah, I know
he
his
has
band.
a
I know his
band.
band. We're trying to I literally have the album signed.
Yeah, hell yeah.
DC convention.
Hell
then
yeah,
I'll go.
bro.
Not to sidebar everything, but yeah, I really liked I Shine and Where Giants Fall.
The Giants Falls. Awesome.
Which
I mean, do
Yeah,
we
if they
have to go to Disney
made more than
Con?
one album.
Do we have to?
They
yes,
need to
you
make
have
more
to.
albums.
You're holding me. You're holding
That's
her
just me, not
gunpoint.
you.
Mhm.
So if I had Johnny Young Bosch there next year, you wouldn't come?
If you didn't have Johnny or Erica Mendez there, I probably would.
I feel like Johnny's a pretty easy get, Mark, actually. Says because, like I said, he's literally at every single Yamacon.
See, let me and listen.
Well, it
I
depends on
love
the
Yamacon.
logistics. Yeah.
Yeah, I love Yamacon. They're great. But the whole having the same guest like every
Yeah.
single year,
Yeah.
it's like, all right, at some point you can only buy so many autographs or get so many selfies for the people in that area. It's like, okay, let's try something different.
Yeah, you're right.
Besides other
That's
fans
why
that
you
want-
waited. That's why you waited till this year to invite Vic again.
Right. It's and that kind of goes against even what, having Vic back, that goes against with what I really want to do. But, there was just so many people that are like, hey, when's he coming back? Like, hey, we want to see him. So that's something I do listen to fans. I do, take their concerns or their joys into consideration. That's for sure.
Well, you have
but
to, right? Because that's what you're catering towards is the fans. So, you have to take their input to some
Right.
degree,
Yeah.
Right. And but I'm going to do things that are, financially and logistically sensible for the show so it can continue to grow and continue to, be successful. And, whatever the theme is what I'll focus on heavy, right? So 90s is the theme this year. So that's another big part of why, I have a Kevin Sorbo. Legend of Hercules is very popular in the
Yep.
90s. It was one of the top shows. It has nothing to do with anything else. He was in Andromeda, right? He was the captain in Andromeda. That's a Gene Roddenberry show. We have Jonathan Frakes from Star Trek The Next Generation and Picard. Okay, that kind of goes hand in hand. You got Vic, Chuck, and Gigi all from Star Trek Continues. Okay, we got a theme here. That's kind of why I make those
And
decisions.
plus, Chuck was in Dragon Ball.
Right.
Yeah.
As was,
And Yu Hakusho.
And your Yu Hakusho.
Don't forget my favorite anime.
Oh.
Forget about that.
Which, by the way, Michelle's a simp for Hiei.
Shut up.
You guys don't like Shao Tucker?
All right, you shut the fuck up. Demon girl, fucking simp. You have no room to talk.
But yeah, Shao Tucker. I was hoping to get Chuck on the panel with me. I would. I'd love that. Him and Vic.
Chuck's
God,
super chill, man.
having a
I
crow's
mean,
nest
we
podcast.
talked. I mean, I had Chuck on my stream one time, and I asked him the question. How does it feel? You played as Shao Tucker, and then now you're a father. Like, how does that make you feel? And he's like, he said, he hasn't shown his kids the scene until they were older, and like it's just funny the way he explained it to me.
It's a good character. You need characters like that. That's shock and awe, right?
Yeah.
That you need that in really kind of any media. If it's just always sunshine and rainbows, that's going to get pretty boring.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You gotta have
So
conflict.
Especially
I
a show
really
like Full
like
Metal
that.
Alchemist.
Yeah.
God, don't remind me about the dog.
Yeah.
Not the dog, not the dog.
I thought about making shirts and selling them in the store.
Yes. Do it. I'll buy one. Yeah, get the girl and the dog doing the fusion
dance.
No.
fusion dance.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah. Nunnally.
I want one.
Yeah, Nunnally and the dog.
Yeah.
The dog.
Has someone made a meme about that?
Yes, they have.
Yeah.
It's been grinded to death. All right.
The
They've
fusion.
even got pictures of Nino with the dog filter.
Oh.
They do. Yeah.
Oh man.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
That's also messed up.
I want to just at some point, like the bet, like at the convention, like what's the best thing about cons, especially going to some of the best panels ever and just shit posting. I'm laughing your fucking ass off at like 3 a.m.
Yeah, the after dark panels are always the
Yes.
best, and I think Metrotham Con this year has some pretty phenomenal after dark panels.
Oh,
let me
no.
just say,
Monster fuckers.
Monster fucker.
Mark, I wish that I didn't have to worry about sound testing and all that other stuff right before the show, because I'm gonna at least try to swing in for like 10 minutes of that panel and then just be like, all right, love you guys, bye.
All right,
And then
head
go.
out. You know what's funny? At Anamini, they literally have 3 panels, right? All right. One of them's called SCP Smash or Pass. The other one is called Video Game Waifus. Would you F? It's just. I'm literally gonna walk in with my Mithra body pillow and just like here, hold this for me.
We did talk about that last night about Dojin, doing 2 nights of DJing.
Let's go.
Yep.
You guys want to call up Michelle for something? That's crazy.
I'm excited.
Dojin was gonna ask you about that, Mark. About
the monster fuckers?
No. No, about DJing for 2 nights.
Oh yeah, no, I just said that like I in the beginning I didn't know I was doing 2 nights, and then I was excited for it. I found out through the app thing that I was doing 2 nights, and I was like, oh hell yeah, dude, let's go.
2 nights in a row, let's fucking go.
Yeah, because what I can do when I found that out, I was like, oh, that's awesome, because that means that like Friday night I can do nothing but 90s remixes and a bunch of other crazy stuff and mashups of mine, and then Saturday I can go full on bonkers and do a lot of more EDM.
But yeah, I heard that Ed Furlong ain't gonna be there.
No, he's got something that he's shooting.
Ah.
So. That stinks. But I mean, at the same time, the replacement we got probably has a better reach at this point. So Spencer Wilding. Spencer Wilding, he was Darth Vader in Rogue One.
Oh, he was Darth Vader.
Yeah.
And
he also did a bunch of other creature creation stuff too, right?
Yeah, from he's been in Harry Potter. He was Kilowog in the Green Lantern movie that most people hate, but for some reason,
that Kilowog.
He's in Guardians.
Yep. He was the one guard that stole the Walkman or whatever.
Yeah, I was like super pissed off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's done a lot of stuff.
I was like, Dojin has a poster that he's gonna be there. Where's mine, Mark? Where's the love?
I made mine.
I ain't getting no promotion.
Yeah.
No, Pirate, I made mine. You're good.
Oh, you made yours?
Yeah.
I can send you a template. Man,
I should have asked for that, honestly.
I'm good. I'm good. I was gonna call you out on it. I was like, Mark, you didn't promote me.
Well, listen. When you're the only person that runs the website, does all the ticketing, books all the guests, books the flights, books the hotels, gets all the food trucks, orders all the pipe and drape, designs all the logos and T-shirts and everything else. It's tough, man.
Right.
I'll be honest.
I'm just busting your nut there.
Well, that and you also had like surgery or something recently too, Mark, right?
I did, yeah. I had bilateral
your
carpal tunnel, and then I had a tooth surgery. Essentially, I had an implant put in. So.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah. So like, and Mark, after this, I'll need to hit you up because like if you guys need any help staff wise, like I'm definitely interested in trying to do the best that I can.
Cool. Yeah. And I mean, just off the top of my head, some areas where we could need some help would be possibly registration, vendor relations, tech.
I could help like tech or like obviously music. I mean, audio, whatever. I got you guys there for sure. Because like I said, like I've known you guys since episode 1, and like you guys gave me a chance even back then, and like that meant a lot to me because. At that point, I'd been, I did Yamacon the year prior, and I did a couple of other conventions, but like I was still relatively new. And
Right.
so to be able to work something like that, especially digitally, was like unheard of at the time.
Right.
And that coupled with your guys's like motto, kind of the energy that you guys have when it comes to being fans and all that other stuff, it means a lot to me. So I'm like, yeah, I want to do the best I can to help you guys out. That's why I want to go hard in the paint for all of this.
Yeah, I really appreciate that, man. And and that's I think that's something that if word got out and if enough people knew, like, hey, the energy and the passion that we have for this is very contagious. I think that it could, people would just be naturally attracted to a show like this just based off of our energy and our vibe, for sure.
Yeah. And what that translates to is that more people need to watch the damn show that you guys do every Monday. Well, sporadically every other Monday when you guys get the chance.
Yeah, it's been crazy. Because some of our guys have been moving. They've been busy doing that, and I've had surgery. And
take it easy.
It's been kind of crazy.
I win. See you.
I win.
But Mark.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand. I was just picking at you though.
No,
you do enough for me. I mean, honestly, when you guys made that banner for me last year, like that right there, it meant so much to me because like the fact that I had my own table. I mean, like what other convention's gonna let me do that? I mean,
yeah.
Like,
look.
That's because Metrotham Con goes above and beyond for their attendees, their staff, their guests.
Yep.
Because, like you said, the drive is there, the passion and love is there,
right?
And it's something I really respect.
And the quality of guests gets better every year. The content gets better every year. It's one of those things where you just got to come and see it, and you'll feel it, right? You'll feel the atmosphere. Like, man, this is kind of like a family environment. These people all, are jumping in there, working their butts off to pull this thing off. There'll be hiccups here and there. That happens at the biggest and best shows. There's no way to avoid that stuff. It's going to happen. But
look at Anime Expo as a perfect example.
Yeah. And that's things, if we see it next year, we'll tweak it and we'll make it better. It's a learning process for sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's always fun to see how you guys go about that, and you go far and beyond, and that's what I love about Metrotham Con, and I mean this will be my third year going to it. And honestly, it's the only convention that I've been going annually now. I didn't go to Lexington Comic-Con this year because, I had to work and everything. And, this year I went to an arcade expo up in Louisville, and I got to meet some YouTubers there. And I'm actually going to be a guest next year for that.
Nice.
So I'm hoping maybe, that might work out. And, and that's the thing, when you go to conventions, you make relationships, you make those connections. And, that's what I always tell people, the only way that you're going to get yourself out there, you just have to put yourself out there.
Well, and that's the thing too. So one reason why, like you should go to shows, let's say nobody shows up, right? It's just you, the celebrities, the vendors. There is something you can get out of it, even in that situation, right? Networking is huge. That's how you really make it in anything in life is how well you network, right? So you can literally go around and talk to vendors. You can get ideas. You can talk to celebrities. Say, hey, I'm doing this, this, and this. How did you do this, this, and this, right? And most of them are down to earth, and we'll talk to you and answer questions that you have for them.
Yeah.
So that's a benefit of doing things like this is the networking aspect. And then on top of that, you can put it on your resume, right?
Oh, yeah.
You bet your butt I put Metrotham Con, founder on my resume.
Well, on top of that, you also get the experience too, because you can talk to other people that are similar to you and be like, yeah, hey, like you said, how do you do this? Or like, oh, I noticed that this is kind of how you do things on social media. Like, because I'm a part of a DJ group called Anyson Hijack, and we're essentially just a collection of DJs and music producers and all this other stuff, and it's like a vast well of knowledge, of support, information, that kind of thing. And comparing to that to something like you said with vendors and just running the convention in general, like either way, you it's definitely about like how you market yourself, how you talk to everybody, and just putting yourself out there. I believe.
Yeah.
No, I agree 100%. There's so many things that I swear that and maybe I'm wrong, but I swear we've done it first, or we kind of came up with a concept first, right? So I can't think of any convention that did a weekly live show, right? Like Dragon Con has Dragon Con TV. They do it kind of very sporadically, actually. But I never saw one that just had a weekly show where they talked about just random stuff, that's fandom related. So that's something, and now I'm starting to see that. Like I'm seeing that pop up all over. There's a bunch of shows that are starting to do that.
Yeah.
And I know other conventions have gone to other shows and promoted and done things like that, but I would always just see people there with some flyers and just kind of sitting there, not really talking to people, right? So I was like, and that's my thing. I want to be different. I want to do it better. I want to improve upon what's already laid down, right? So when we started doing shows and promoting at other conventions, I was like, man, how can we make our table spot look better than anything anybody's ever seen? What will draw people to it, right? So we're giving out candy. We're doing, Xbox One X giveaways. We've got a VR headset so people can play with it. We've got, Nintendo Switches. I bring the arcade machines. I make it a fun experience just at our table, and we're just there promoting our show. So people are like, what the hell is this? Like, what is this? What is this Metrotham or Metro Ham?
Metro Ham.
And that's where you get them, right? That's when you can actually, hey, let me talk to you for a second, right? And kind of explain who you are and what you do and why, Metrotham Con is a good choice for them to come and spend their money, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So and now, we've been doing the trivia nights for a while. That was something I was like, man, how can we do something throughout the year? We do the vendor days we've done in the past, or around the Halloween time, we do like a booth retreat. And I'm starting to see other conventions do trivia nights, and I'm like, okay, it's that, and that's cool, because it makes you feel like, okay, you're probably doing something right because other people are starting to do it too.
Right.
Exactly. Because I've never seen a convention work with like bars and stuff like that, like Valkyrie. When you guys had done, stuff with Valkyrie. I can't remember the food vendor that you guys had on your show, where you guys were live on location.
Yep.
Those concepts are definitely new, I believe, and I think that they're something that could definitely be expounded upon.
Yeah, and I think that's, and I understand shows like Dragon Con, like, we don't care. We've got 90,000 attendees. We're in the heart of Atlanta, but I really think if they got back to that outreach part of it, like, hey, let's get back to the grassroots of it. Let's go out there and meet new people and talk to people about what we're doing and how we're different and how we're, what our vision is for the next 10 years. I really think that, Dragon Con could be like a San Diego Comic-Con, but I think they've gotten kind of complacent.
Right.
I think they're like, we got 90,000. I'm good with that, which fine. That's a good business model. You're making a lot of money. You're making millions, but
yeah, but the thing too, to kind of add to that, just from because like I said, with Anyson Hijack, like we've worked with much bigger conventions as well in the past, like Anime Expo, Magra, a handful of others that are mostly East Coast based. But the thing that a lot of these conventions are doing is that they just don't care about the interpersonal relations anymore.
No, they
and
don't.
a lot of the attendees are realizing that it's feeling more corporate. Like
Yep.
it just feels like a cheap product,
Yeah.
whereas something like you guys feel actually raw because you guys like
genuine.
this, and
Right.
more genuine, and that's a really, really strong and good quality that you guys have. And again, I love Yamacon. I'm not throwing shade on them, but like Yamacon is starting to lose that and has been losing that for me at least over the last 2 to 3 years. And I know
Right.
they've kind of been switching up their
5
staff
years for
lately,
me.
from what I understand. Now, MTAC's very similar as well. And like, you know, they have a great staff from at least the ones that I know. But a lot of these are just becoming more, I guess, corporate, which I know that sounds weird to say, but like
No,
that's the best.
you're right.
That's the best way I
There's
can really describe it.
There's a term, that's shared amongst like con, founders or con chairs. It's called a cash con, right?
Mm.
They
Yep.
literally
Makes
go
sense.
out there and get as many big name guests as they can and fill a vendor room full and don't care about anything else, right? It's just, all right, we're going to go get the biggest and best guests, and that'll bring out 100,000 people, and we won't provide any good content. We don't really care about changing anything up. Let's just keep doing the same thing every year.
Is that really
Yeah.
It drives me nuts when conventions have the same guests like for 5 years in a row. I'm like, God, come on, man. Like,
Yeah.
and I think the formula of having, 20 or more guests every single year, I think that's going to become stale at some point. Because, like I said, you're oversaturating the population with that stuff. Because you're going to run out of guests. Like you can't. You can only do so much.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Until they're repeat guests. And like I said, how many autographs of one person can you buy and hang on your wall? I'm of the mindset once I get one, I'm good. Unless they come out with a really cool new pop that I want to get autographed or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
So-
Well, since we're on the topic of guests, though, next year, since you've already said that you're doing Disney, could it be possible for you to get Paige O'Hara?
Yeah.
All right, I'll go.
That's definitely
Please.
within the realm of
Hell
possibility.
yeah. Speaking about going, unfortunately, I do have to leave. But Mark, I'm excited to meet you, man, in person. It's going to be sick. I can't wait to hang out with you and Dustin and everybody else from Metrotham.
It's gonna be
Anyone
a blast.
watching this stream, please, for the love of God, show this convention as much love and support as you can. It's
Yeah.
a fantastic group of people, fantastic event, and a fantastic place, too. It's in the middle of the heart of Chattanooga. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, you got Ruby Falls, Lookout Mountain. I mean,
A lot of good
Goodfellas
places to
Pizza.
eat downtown. It's a good city, man. It'll be a good event. And
My second home away from home.
I mean, yeah, it'll be fun for sure.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah. Well, take it easy, everybody. Mark, I'll definitely message you probably later about that whole like staff thing because, like I said, I want to try to help out as much as I can.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that'd be perfect.
I might not be able to do a whole lot for this one other than like DJing, but like with more prep time and more availability,
Yeah, no,
then
that's cool,
I
man.
can definitely
really
try to help
appreciate
out.
it. Yeah, I appreciate
yeah.
every little bit helps. That's for sure.
Of course. Well, see you guys. Hey, I'll see you guys
Yeah.
at Metrotham.
See ya.
Let's
That's my boy
go.
Matt Wolf
Hi,
right
Joe.
there.
Whoop, 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 whoop. All right, bye guys.
See ya.
All right, man.
So Mark,
Yeah.
can I actually talk about this? Like, I know something me and you we discussed this actually. Like, a few months back. We actually talked about this. About possibly, another show. Another convention.
Yeah.
With a Metrotham, name.
Yeah.
Is there any plans for that, or like maybe a small show, like just having a few guests?
So there's been a couple opportunities because I'll always, keep my options open. There was a convention center in Sevierville in Pigeon Forge, essentially, that would basically match what I pay here in Chattanooga for our convention center.
Right.
But Pigeon Forge is a much higher trafficked area than Chattanooga is,
Yeah.
right? For tourists. So
Gosh.
that's a really good deal. Um,
Yeah.
so that's something that at some point after our show this year, I'll probably go up there and take a trip and kind of look at the facilities and see what all I could do with it. So I mean that is something that I'm definitely thinking about.
Yeah,
Uh,
because I mean, me and you, we talked about it. Possibly making, possibly having a second show. Which I think would be a good thing. Because I know there's people that are like, oh, I don't want to wait till next year.
right.
And because I mean, I'm I'm pretty sure that most people, you know, usually when they go to one convention, you know, like they feel like going to another, you know,
Yeah. Yep.
because work is stressful,
It is.
and I'm telling you, I'd rather just not be here right now.
Yeah.
Like no joke, like I'd rather be away from Marvel.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Like that's the conventions are supposed to be your escape.
Yeah,
Um, so
and that's the thing, So it's possible that it's gonna be a thing, or
yeah, yeah, I mean kind of one show that I used to remember when I was younger that was super popular, and now I believe it's Galaxy Con, but it used to be Wizard World.
ah,
So Wizard World did, anywhere from 4 to 8 shows a year in different cities. Every show they did had between 50 and 80,000 attendees.
mm-hmm,
Um, it was a hit, right? Like they took the show on the road. And I would love to be able to do something like that to where we're doing 2 to 3 to 4 shows a year in different cities, and make them all kind of different and unique too, right? Like so, keep one that kind of has the theme stuff, and then maybe do one that's more anime focus.
and
Um,
comic focused.
yeah, and just kind of I still want to keep the multi fandom aspect of it at all of them because I think if you kind of limit yourself, if you're like, oh, I'm just a horror convention, you're only appealing to that demographic, right?
Yeah,
It's I think you hurt yourself when like these Walking Dead conventions or My Hero conventions. Like if you limit yourself to just one fan base, you're kind of limited, and eventually you will run out of steam.
yeah, and
Yeah,
Um,
you won't have much content.
no,
yeah.
it
Just
just
one.
What is
You
it,
only
meme?
have, guess.
What?
The my marketing out.
Yeah, your mic's cutting out.
It's not now though.
No.
Oh, well, I was saying that you're only limited to a certain amount of guests if you stick to one fandom. The
right.
less then you go multiple.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean that's all of the shows if I was to do multiple ones would be multi fandom, but maybe more of a focus on a specific thing. Um,
What about the show? Like, what about like shows like what you did with the first one? Like, when we were in the pandemic. Like internet, like a
yeah.
convention. Like for those that can't attend. Like, you know, like do you
So
have some way of setting that up or?
once we get a little bit more established and I get a specific crew together. My plan was always to do a hybrid con, right? Like I wanted our during our live in person convention, I wanted there to be like online aspects of it, like
Mm-hmm.
only specific panels that you can watch online, right?
Mm-hmm.
And have a team like doing that kind of stuff, and have only guests that are doing meet and greets online while the actual convention's going on in person,
Mm-hmm.
and live stream panels that are going on, at the convention. I definitely wanted to do a hybrid con.
That would be awesome, actually,
Yeah,
and it'd be different.
yeah,
And plus, it would give other people the chance to come. I mean, to be able to experience it. Maybe
yep,
not in person, but to to just see what you guys do. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm
Yeah.
much better. So
Yeah,
And that's
but I mean, I'm looking forward to Metrotham Con. I am. I mean, I've been hyping this thing for over a year now, like I did last year,
yeah.
uh, and I'm glad though that you have so many guests coming, a lot more than what you had last year, actually.
Yeah, and I told myself, I was like, you're only gonna get 6 to 8 guests. That's it. You don't need more than that. And then it just kept on, and I'm like, all right, 12
Yeah,
it is.
yeah, and getting Chuck and Vic and everybody and Quentin, which I
Yeah,
was probably surprised by the Quentin one
yeah.
because I mean I think I talked to you about it last year. I think
hmm
I talked to you about
Like Bleach, I haven't. And listen, don't knock me, but I haven't really got into Bleach. Bleach and One Piece are the two animes that I haven't really gotten into. I'm scared of One Piece. It's way too long. I don't know if I can make that kind of time commitment to it.
I don't.
Um, Most of the other animes I'm pretty well versed in.
yeah, and Michelle told me that she only know Quentin for Axel from Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah,
It's true.
yeah,
I do. That's all I know him as.
Yeah.
yeah.
So you
Honestly.
got that
Sorry, Quentin, if
aspect
you're
too.
saying this.
You got that aspect too.
Yeah.
But I mean,
No, I mean he's what was it Raiden from Metal Gear Solid?
no,
Uh,
yep, he was in Metal Gear Solid 2,
yeah,
Peace Walker, and he was also in Rising Revengeance. I mean Metal Gear Rising. Yeah, I should say
yeah.
Metal Gear Rising.
I mean he was it Caltheus Sunrider or whatever? I'm probably not pronouncing that right from World
Yeah,
of Warcraft, like
World of
a main
Warcraft.
character.
Mhm.
The ones I said like Johnny Quest, Timon from the Timon and Pumbaa show, Human Torch from
Con
the Fantastic
Con
Four
from
'90s
Bleach.
cartoon.
And here's the thing: when you guys made that poster for Quentin, I was like, "Where's Raiden at?"
Yeah,
You put the Naruto character. I'm like, I mean, yeah, he's the teacher from Naruto too,
people
but
love Aruka, man.
oh my god, but not
uh,
more than
Aruka.
Raiden.
I mean, I guess it kind of depends on what audience you're trying to appeal to.
Right.
Like, is it the gaming audience? Is it the anime audience? You know.
Yeah.
So I tried to go with more because Chattanooga has a pretty big anime following. So I
Oh
want
yeah.
more of the anime. So when you have a pretty relevant character from Naruto and then a pretty relevant character from Bleach
Bleach.
with Cone,
Con.
um, so I use those.
Yeah. I mean, I get that, but I mean, still Raiden.
I mean, Silver the Hedgehog. I love Sonic stuff. I mean, Silver the
Yeah.
Hedgehog.
We weren't you supposed to have Blaze the cat?
Yep. At one point, she was coming.
Yeah. She ain't gonna be there this year.
I didn't. So we never officially announced her.
Ah. Yeah.
I'm glad I kind of held off on that one because she had some other shows kind of in the same time frame, and I was like, I'm a little concerned about announcing, her
Yeah.
just in case. Because I mean, I hate announcing a guest and then having to cancel.
Yeah.
Um, so if I'm a little uncertain of them, I won't announce them.
Right. And what do you usually do though when a guest cancels? Like, do you just find a replacement or just?
I'll try to find a replacement if time permits or finances permit, or if it just makes sense. Um, and then I mean, there's sometimes where I won't. We'll just ride how it is.
Dojin said
Um,
Raiden, baby.
and the Spencer Wilding guest just kind of fell into our laps.
Yeah.
He's from Wales, so he's visiting the States to do another show later in the month. And he had a show cancel the weekend of ours, so he already had the plane ticket, was already coming in. He's like, "Hey, I need a show to do."
Yeah.
All right, cool. I'll take a Darth Vader. I have a Rogue One Darth Vader pop you can sign. That'd be pretty awesome.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not a big Star Wars fan. I'm more like I like Star Trek better.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion.
How
And I'm
dare
of
you.
course I'm. I don't know if I can afford a Jonathan Frakes signature. That's the thing.
I mean, what's crazy is his is pretty affordable. Um,
Yeah, but it's like I had to buy a hotel, and then
no, I totally get it. I totally get that.
if I sell
But
my
I
shirts,
mean,
I tell you what, if I sell my shirts, I will try to buy one
yeah,
because I'm gonna have shirts, and I might actually, I mean I can't really give them out to too many people, but I mean you're getting one, obviously.
well, I appreciate that.
Everybody's getting one. Yeah.
Now, don't do that now.
No, no, I can't give them out like that. Mostly my staff.
Yeah,
But like I mean that's one of the things that I was wanting because I didn't want my table to be empty like it was last year.
yeah,
I want to try to bring more things. I'm gonna have video games for sale. If you guys are into video games, I'm
yep.
just trying to get rid of. I'm trying to liquidate my collection a little bit because I desperately need the money,
Right.
and not just that. I want to be able to give that type of aspect to Metrotham Con because I see a lot of vendors there that don't sell video games stuff.
Yeah,
And I figured why not.
yeah, yeah. And I mean, that's something too that can kind of round out your table,
Mhm.
um, and give you some merch and kind of, it's just something you grow over time.
Mhm.
Kind of your table set up and your merchandise and what you want to sell, how you want to sell it. Um, what type of profit margins you want on it. That's
Oh,
that's things that go in.
Kiri's wondering if he can join.
Wait, who now?
Kiri, Blood Rose. He's part of Metrotham Con. He's the staff.
Is he in the server?
No, he's not. I'm going to invite him though.
Okay.
I don't say.
By the
What are you
way,
laughing at?
Mark.
Yeah.
Me, like, here's the thing. We Michelle, like, I tried to talk her into going this year,
Yeah.
and she's like, I don't think I'll be able to because of my work schedule and everything.
I mean,
So
dude, you've seen my work schedule.
I know, but it's like it's the only time Vic will be there. That's what I was thinking.
I would if I could, but I can't.
Yeah, she's a farm tech,
So you shan't.
Farm.
so you shan't. But
Honestly, if anything, you could blame Pirate and his bad scheduling.
There you go.
I mean that's why I hired you. I'm not.
Yeah,
good
and then
at
you told me
scheduling.
like last minute.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, by the way, this is gonna happen.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Mark's
thanks.
gonna be here, and she just got home from work. And I told her. I even told her. I said, "Go take a shower. You stink."
I got on here. You see what I deal with? This is every day, man. This is every single day.
You wonder.
That's why you love me.
You're lucky I don't strangle you. You're lucky I
God.
don't strangle.
See, this is why I love doing streams with them because like they keep me company.
There's so much animosity here. Sheesh.
It's not animosity. It's just
I kid.
just love.
A lot of love, but a lot of restraint on killing him.
Yeah, Kiri's in the Discord. Hang on. Let me. No, I don't want to give him the link to that. I was trying to send him to the voice chat. Trying to get him in the voice chat here. That's why, I mean, I liked Streamlabs better. Because at least Streamlabs, you can invite anybody by
Alright, he should be good now.
Okay.
Tell him to go to Mod BC.
All right. All right. I told him. All right. Yeah, we're having a bunch of people pop in for no reason. I know you weren't expecting this, Mark.
No, I'm good. I was I just had some pre-register coming in, and somebody asked me how much single day tickets were.
Single day tickets.
Working while working, right?
Yeah.
See, I answer all the emails, I answer all the phone calls. There's a lot that goes into this.
Oh yeah, and I mean, I can understand why you guys are busy, and I'm like, I don't mean to aggravate you guys. I mean, I try not to, but it's like,
No, you're
like,
good.
yeah, I could be a little bit antsy.
Sometimes you gotta remind me, right? Like, because there's
Oh,
just
we
so
have to
much
do it
going on.
manually. Okay, we'll have to do it manually. All right. How do I move him to? Oh, move him to mod. There we go. Hey, Kiri.
Nope. There it is.
Yeah, you there.
Kiri, you there? We got Mark.
Hello, everyone.
There we go. Hey, dude.
Oh,
What up?
boy.
What up? What up?
What's up, Mark? What's up, chat? What's up, PC?
Not much. We're excited about Metrotham Con next week, which I can't believe it's next week. Like
I hear that.
Like May just came by, like it just.
You notice by time flies.
Yeah, time flies when you're having fun planning an event.
It's true.
That's the truth, there, man. That's the
I
truth.
mean, you've had this going for a year, like that's crazy.
Wow. Hold up.
Yo.
Hold on. You're telling me that you know about this for an entire year?
Yeah.
And you just planned it like in the last week of everything?
That's the wonders of Metrotham.
It literally happens like the same weekend every year.
Things happen, okay? Things can happen in over a year. See, that's why next year we're gonna plan this out. Like, like Michelle's wanting us to plan everything out, like, because
must be promoting. We just got 2 more pre-regs from Canada. That's pretty awesome.
Nice.
Oh, hell yeah.
Canada. Oh, Canada. Our home and native land. I don't know the song. Our home and native land. Canada.
I'm pretty sure you just offended every Canadian.
Yeah.
Yep, you probably did.
It's okay. I know what it's all about. They like to say a boot instead of about. Boots? A boot?
A boat?
A boot?
A boat?
What's that all a boot?
One of the sweetest, most genuine human beings I've ever had the pleasure of coming in contact with is Canadian.
Yeah.
And he is such a joy.
Who is it?
Cal Dodd, the voice of Wolverine from X-Men the animated series. Oh, that man is amazing.
I think, Meme, aren't you a fan of Marvel and DC? Meme? Wolverine is Marvel, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I'm not big on comics.
Comics
I
are
mean,
good.
I remember the X-Men animated series,
Mm-hmm.
like from the 90s.
Yep.
And I also remember the Spider-Man one too.
Yep.
Pirates.
The guy that did the voice of Spider-Man, Christopher Daniel Barnes, was also Prince Eric in The Little Mermaid, so he'll probably be at the show next year.
I gotta get him to do that meme with me, like the Spider-Man pointing at each other.
Yeah.
Cause I'm gonna dress up as Spider-Man next year.
No, this
Nice.
is gonna be Eric pointing at each other.
Cause I want to buy a Spider-Man costume for him and me, and I could do that meme with him.
That's gonna be awful hot for you, though.
I mean, I wore a Mario suit.
I mean, all right, fair enough.
I mean, I wore a Mario suit, and that was pretty hot.
You should
no,
wear
like
one
no
of
joke,
those,
face covering and all that
like
too.
because you have to wear like a fat suit, like with the Mario suit, because Mario's round belly, and I thought that my belly would poke further out in the suit, and it didn't. So I had to put that on as well, because what they ended up doing, they ordered a large Mario costume, which I had to wear for my cousin's birthday party. I did that for them. I was Mario. Because they love
I'm
Mario.
surprised you even needed the fat suit, but all right.
Yeah, I mean, it just came with it was like a inflatable thing that goes around your belly.
Mario.
Oh yeah, speaking of fat suits, a lot of people are saying that like the fat suit should be taken out of movies and stuff like that.
Why though?
Because it offends fat people. Like, you remember the movie
But
The
you
Whale?
need that for some of the costumes.
Yeah, I mean, you remember the movie The Whale with Brandon Fraser?
No.
I've never seen that.
Have you seen it, Mark?
Yep.
It's really good. I mean, I recommend anybody to watch that because, I mean, it's what people actually deal with, what obese people deal with. It's a struggle.
Okay, but get on with your story.
But anyways, people are trying to get rid of the fat suit in Hollywood because, it's promoting fat phobia and stuff like that. That's what they believe.
They believe shit ever. They have no right to talk.
I don't think they understand how actors work, to be honest.
And I mean, that's ignoring reality, though. There are people of all shapes and sizes. Like, how is that? I don't get that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, why, And it's just funny because, people just want to get upset at everything now. It's
what I care, like, accurate to where it came from. But once
when I see Kevin Sorbo, I'm going to tell him, I understand why you left Hollywood now. And I'm glad. I'm glad he did.
People way too get it. They complain. It makes.
Yeah, and about the shit show that happened last year, at the Oscars, Will Smith slapping Chris Rock. Like, that to me was basically me saying, you know what, I give up on Hollywood. Cause I've wanted to go there, and I've wanted to see if I could try to make a career out of that. Maybe do some small roles, but that told me right there, I'm never gonna be in Hollywood because like that's the type of childish stuff you have to put up with.
Yep.
This is coming from somebody who really only knows Will from like a couple movies and from The Fresh Prince. But I think honestly he could have handled that whole situation a lot better than he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, are we not allowed to? We're not allowed to make jokes anymore. I mean, what happened to going to a comedy show and that comedian just roasting everybody, right? Regardless of race, religion, any of that stuff. It's comedy, right? It's you can't take it to heart. You can't be so uptight or so sensitive. It should just roll off your shoulder. Just laugh. It's funny.
Yeah.
And it literally escalated for no reason. Like, Will was laughing at the joke at first, and then he looked over at Jada, and she's like, I don't think that's funny.
Yeah,
and then he walks up there and slaps him in the face. I'm like, all right, what's happening?
My wife's name out your fucking mouth.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah. Like, if I was Chris Rock, I wouldn't have taken that. I'd probably hit him back.
I mean, Chris Rock is small dude.
I know, but I would have. I would have slapped him back.
I mean, if you look, his fist was balled up, like he was balling up his fist with his other hand. There, he thought about it for a second, but then
Like go all Goku on him.
yeah,
But I mean,
I'm proud of
like,
Chris for not fighting back though.
yeah, he did that Netflix special where he talked about Will.
mm,
Like, he said that's kind of fucked up, to get interviewed by the person that was sleeping around on you.
right.
I sucked somebody's dick. How does that make you feel?
Oh man,
I love comedy. I do, and I'm glad. I mean, I'm glad there's comedians like Dave Chappelle, Chris Rock. There's just so many. Bo Burnham. I love Bo Burnham.
you don't like what's his name, Bill Burr?
Bill Burr. I like Bill Burr.
Yeah,
I like Joe Rogan. I like, there's so many comedians. I mean, the late Robin Williams and, George Carlin. I mean, that's who I take my inspiration from mostly is George Carlin.
love Carlin and Richard Pryor were my favorite of all time.
Yeah, George Carlin, he just did not give a shit. Like, he did not give a shit if you were offended. Like, because he could make anything funny.
Yeah.
And that's that's the thing, people were like, you can't tell that joke. You can't say this joke, regardless of the context. It's a bad joke. You can't say anything bad about 9/11 or the Holocaust or anything like that, because those are sensitive things. I mean, everything's sensitive.
Yeah.
If you want to put it into brass tacks, everything is offensive or sensitive in some aspect, but it's how you exaggerate it. I mean, that's the type of humor I like, is exaggerated humor.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
And that's what I feel is dying, I feel like comedy is dying.
Oh
That
yeah.
aspect.
My mom,
It is,
my mom
yeah.
has a long, long talk.
That's crazy.
Anyways.
Why is it crazy? Never-
No, what I was saying about comedy, being dead pretty much, almost. I mean, I wouldn't say it's dead. It's just like, I mean, I love comedy. I do.
It's hanging on by a very small thread,
Yeah.
which is very sad because comedy's very much needed in life.
Yeah.
It is. And once
Yeah.
it dies out,
But-
it's going to be completely changed.
yeah, but nowadays, people. But you know what? It's not just comedy I'm into, but also adventure and fantasy.
Those are also
and-
dying out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
just-
and a lot of creativity is almost gone, but
Like,
I'm still hoping that there are people out there who still have that creativity in their minds and their hearts.
like
There is-
speaking of lack of creativity, Mark, I mean, next year's going to be Disney themed, right?
Yeah.
What is your thoughts on the live action Little Mermaid?
Don't
Oh no.
pull me down this rabbit hole.
Oh, here we go.
What the correct question should be, what the hell is Disney doing with every piece of content that's come out in the last 2 years, year and a half? It's like,
But there is some hope. I've heard that there's this new animated movie called Wish, and they're bringing back the classic villain trope from the previous.
Oh, we lost Naya.
Yeah, we lost you. Sorry. We lost you. But she's a big Disney fan.
yeah.
I swear, I muted the sneeze and it was like, oh dear, did I just sneeze this person out of the call?
Right. I
Internet.
haven't enjoyed anything recently that Disney has done.
Yeah.
None of the Marvel stuff, none of the Star Wars stuff. I mean, I thought She-Hulk was a joke.
Oh,
Miss
God.
Marvel was terrible. I have no hope for any of the movies. Like Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness was terrible. Quantum Mania was terrible.
Oh, God.
Honestly, bro, to be honest with you, Ever
Yeah.
since Disney bought out Marvel, everything went to shit
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
because that's complete dog shit.
This season of Mandalorian is terrible.
Really?
Yeah. It really it's digressing.
How is
Speaking of
it terrible? Like did they just like completely shit the bed? Like like with all the characters.
It's just a lot of the stuff that they're doing. They just need to be creative with the storytelling. I feel like Dave Filoni's just trying to throw in Clone Wars characters or Rebels characters just for the sake of it,
And
and
Clone Wars wasn't even that good.
it's I don't know, and the Mandalorian just kind of doesn't really have a purpose. I feel like
I never seen The Mandalorian.
I probably never will, honestly. I never
I
watched
saw the
that shit.
first one.
the first couple seasons were pretty good. I was like, okay, this is better Star Wars content than what we have been getting from the sequel trilogy, which was terrible.
Yeah.
It made me
That's one
appreciate.
question though. It relates to the Disney theme. What are your thoughts on Disney's Twisted Wonderland?
Dog shit.
I mean, I probably won't watch it.
It's not well, I heard it's about to become an anime, but
Yeah.
it's actually a game, a
Yeah.
rhythm based RPG game. It's a fun game. It has all the characters that were heavily inspired by classic Disney villains that we know from the past. And each dorm room represents each villain.
They
It was really
They-
cool.
they need to stop doing live action versions of their movies.
Yeah.
They've proven time and time again that they cannot do that properly.
Yeah, especially like, The Lion King.
I mean, Cinderella wasn't that bad.
The Jungle Book wasn't that bad either.
Yeah, I mean,
Cinderella
I'm
wasn't
sorry.
that bad. So.
CGI animals just does not work. It just doesn't. Leave it alone. Don't mess
Yeah.
with it.
Oh yeah, and I
Yeah.
heard they're doing a remake of Lion King too.
Yeah, it's.
Oh
I mean,
my God.
it
And
won't.
Hunchback.
it's actually going to be about Mufasa and Scar, right?
Yeah,
That shit is. I promise you
but
this.
it goes back to the hey, where's your creativity? You're literally just using content that builds off of people's nostalgia, right? Like, oh my God, they're coming out with a new Lion King. I love the Lion King as a kid, and then you watch it and it's a crap. It's terrible.
Yeah.
They know.
But they keep
But I've
doing it
heard-
because they have all these properties, and Disney acquired all of this stuff. They're like the big bully on the block, right? None of their stuff is like original content. It comes from like the Brothers Grimm or none of that stuff. They acquired it from other people that I'm sure aren't getting compensated for it.
Oh no.
It's true.
Oh, but
It's
I
just
also heard,
great.
excuse me, but I've also heard there's a brand new animated movie called Wish, and
Yeah.
that's supposed to be celebrating like 100 years of Disney with original characters, and of course a brand new villain that is based off of every classic Disney villain that we know of, like Maleficent, Scar,
They ruined Maleficent.
and all.
Yeah.
And all. It's just animated, so.
The funny thing
it's-
about
It can either go really well or really bad.
Yeah.
Well, I
Like I
saw
said-
the teaser. Well, I saw the teaser trailer, and it looks really promising.
the thing is, they'll probably find some way to fuck it up. It's Disney. They always do.
Right. Like with, you can't come out with this movie that's based off of a beloved Toy Story character, Buzz Lightyear, and call it Lightyear and not have the voice of
Tim Allen.
Buzz Lightyear in the movie.
Tim Allen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
I
can
mean, like, don't even make that
and
movie.
I know who Tim Allen is.
Yeah, that'd be like making a that'd be like making a movie about, like That'd be like taking a classic movie like Song of the South and not have any of the characters in it.
No, it's like making Forrest Gump and not having Tom Hanks in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And speaking of Song of the South, what are your thoughts about the remake of A Splash Mountain turned to Princess Tiana's Bayou Adventure?
The what is that?
The what?
You're talking about the ride?
Splash
Yeah.
Mountain.
Yeah. Look, I've always I've been to Disney quite a few times. I'm not a fan of Disney. I'm a Universal guy. I think they're way more creative and
Oh,
way
yeah.
more innovative than Disney ever thought about being. Disney's trying to catch up, but
Joke nowadays. You can barely take any
I
of their
mean,
films seriously.
look at the Mario movie. The friggin' Mario
$1
movie
billion?
is one of
Oh
the
my
best
goodness.
things that have come out, and it's not even Disney related.
yeah.
The Mario wasn't that expected to be not as good.
Yeah, it was supposed to be a flop because they casted Chris Pratt as an Italian plumber.
So, I mean, I'm
It's-
like, so cast him in
It's a
everything.
voice. I don't care.
I mean, it's Chris Pratt. You want to make a movie that's awesome? Well, you better get Chris Pratt on the line.
Right. Because you know what that does? You know what I said earlier? That 10, 10, and 80. If you have Chris Pratt attached, so people who love Mario are going to go see it regardless. They love Mario.
Mhm.
People who hate Mario aren't going anyway. So that other 80%, you know how you get a lot of those? Cast Chris Pratt.
Yeah, and you notice like
Yeah.
the critics review, like they review bombed that game, that movie, like saying that it
Of course.
was childish. I mean,
Of
yeah,
course.
it's supposed to be childish.
That's
It's
All
Mario.
those platforms like Rotten Tomatoes are so biased one way. You know, I wouldn't take their
Listen to the audience
rating.
score. This audience
Yeah.
score says the story right there, whether
Yeah.
you should
Mhm.
watch the movie or not. Don't listen to critics.
No.
Paranoid DJ said Disney went downhill for me. It doesn't surprise me anymore.
yeah.
But I heard that Universal is going to do Super Nintendo World for Orlando as well.
Yep.
They might going
They
back
have
to
a whole
Disney.
nother park.
Wait.
Apology, Mike. Mark.
Oh, and speaking of which, have you guys seen this new trailer from DreamWorks
No,
about the Teenage Kraken?
Oh, I have.
yeah.
And a lot of people are
Gonna be
saying that
crack-a-lackin'.
the antagonist of the film looks that is a mermaid looks almost similar to Ariel.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she kind of does.
Going back to Disney though, that is such a fucking joke nowadays. You can barely even take their trailer seriously.
No.
Even the trailer gets bombed, and the movie's not even fucking. Look
Yeah.
at the Little Mermaid.
Yeah.
I think people are just sick of it. I think at this point, even if it was a good movie, people aren't going to watch it just because they're tired of, giving money to their corporate overlords.
Yeah.
Has been.
It's like, well, I heard the old saying, vote with your money or vote with your heart.
Don't vote with Caesar because it's a waste of time.
Yeah. I mean, and that's the thing with me. It's like, when it comes to entertainment, you have the say of whether or not it's the entertainment for you. I mean, I'm not anti-Disney, or anti this or that. But if there's something that I don't like, I don't watch it. I mean,
Wait.
it's like with
Right.
it's like with the new Ghostbusters. I chose not to watch it, and I still haven't watched it
How dare
because,
you?
and it had nothing to do. It had nothing to do with the fact that the cast is all female. I could care less.
I don't know.
It was
Not that the new Ghostbusters is Afterlife. That one is
It's actually really
Okay.
good. I actually
Yeah.
watched that one. I can watch that one. Just I
For
cannot
me,
watch
when it comes,
Ghostbusters
Oh, sorry.
like the 2016 one.
I'm sorry. Can I say something?
Sure.
For me, when it comes to sorry, for me, when it comes to creativity and imagination, there are a few there are a few things that inspires me to that stuff like the classic Disney films and the DreamWorks, Sony Animation, and of course any animated shows and movies I've seen throughout my life have literally inspired me to create my own stories and create my own characters and given a full imagination. And those are the type of qualities that can really bring the whole thing to life.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not even gonna lie to you, bro. DreamWorks made the biggest comeback, like, ever. I've
Yeah.
not heard talk about like recently. Put some boost of light out.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, I heard it was really amazing, especially with one of the characters
You talking
in the
about Death?
film.
Death.
Yeah.
He got like 5 minutes of screen time, and he already carried the film single handedly. Every.
I mean, yeah, he basically did.
I
And
mean,
it was actually one of the films that even acknowledges like panic attacks,
yeah.
like actual, like
Yeah. I think she
That's just-
disconnected again.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
just,
he did.
Yeah,
So-
I mean, I'm cool with movies, where you can kind of see yourself in the characters and kind of touch base with, how your life is. But at the
Right.
same time, I live that life. I don't want to watch a movie and see that again. I
Yeah.
want something that gets me out of reality, right?
Yeah.
That's why, like, I'm more drawn to like the sci-fi fantasy, like the Star Wars, Star Trek, because it gets you out of it's so crazy sometimes, the stories, that it gets you out of everyday life, and you're not constantly bombarded with the same crap that
Yeah.
you're already living.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody wants that.
It's too
Also, hi, Win. Welcome back.
he win.
I think
But-
someone said I think Disney lost its heart. The live action remakes could never replace the animated movies that
No.
they were known for.
I tell you what they could do. What they should do is just remaster them again using current technology, and then re-release them in theaters. I bet they'd do better with those than they would making live action versions of them.
They
to be
did
honest.
before a long time ago, before they ever thought
Yeah.
about doing a live action.
They
Live
released
action remake.
they released the animated Lion King. Like at my theater, they released the animated Lion King in IMAX, and it did more than it did better than the live action one. People were going
Right.
to see that more.
And I'm talking about, don't do a limited release, like worldwide, like it's the first time it's ever coming
Yeah.
out to every theater across the world. Re-release, The Little Mermaid, right?
Mhm.
Remaster it, make it look a little nicer, make the sound quality a little better, and that would do better than the movie that's about to come out.
Mhm.
Guarantee it. I guarantee it.
They did that for DVD.
Yep.
Yeah, there was
Like,
like a
did-
100-year special edition at Walmart for like $20.
That should probably slap too.
Oh yeah, did you see the Star Wars anime that they came out with?
Star Wars Visions.
Yeah,
The Visions. Yeah.
Still
Fucking
get.
love Star Wars Visions.
that's actually really
That was
good.
baller.
And it was made by it was made by
It's made by different animation studios.
yeah,
Alright. I've
yeah.
I love the Count Dooku stuff. The Count Dooku stuff's great.
Oh,
Like
with
it's got-
the Tales of the Jedi, yeah, that shit good too.
Meme.
Yeah.
Meme has a question. I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Go ahead, meme.
Fucking up again. Good.
Go ahead.
I asked if
What?
His mic's messed up.
Gotta love the technical difficulties.
Oh, It's his, it's his internet.
And
gotta-
there
you got a
goes
nice,
the
nice
man.
Yeti.
I'm gonna get him one.
You gotta get you a Yeti.
Yeah,
Or
I'm
get
gonna
him,
Get him
get him
Yeti,
a blue snowball.
Meme,
It's
meme. I'm getting
less.
you a
Yeah.
snowball.
bro.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, bro. Snowball.
Yeah, I think a snowball is like $50 at
Mhm.
Walmart.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait,
It's a
really?
Yeti.
Mhm.
Welcome
It's a
back, though.
microphone.
Okay, well, that works.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
meme. You wanna tell Mark what I did? What I did for you?
No. Oh God.
Oh, you're talking about the Kakarot
Oh
thing?
no.
Yep.
No.
Oh lord.
Bring
Well,
that back.
Mark, recently, I bought this man I gifted this man like a $3 game, right? So I can stream
Yeah.
it. Next day or two later, he buys me a fucking $60 game.
That's cool.
I bought him
That's a good friend.
I mean,
Play it because
You mean-
I can't run it.
Oh, that. I was hoping that once I get Steam, you probably give me a game that I don't think I will like to play.
he said he'll be right back.
All right.
By the way,
So
I don't know who all is still in the chat. I think we still have 5 viewers watching. Which,
Yeah.
Which is
You need
awesome.
more viewers.
I'm really
Oh, shit,
surprised that
Mark.
my speech about creativity and imagination really get to everyone.
Oh, so Ryoko Montoya.
Ryoko Matoi.
Yes.
Because you're not even wrong
Yeah,
there.
bro. Just so you know, you're talking about a man who really likes Ryoko Montoya. I literally have the full collection of Kill la Kill.
Okay,
I also
Pirates,
have
I
the
have a question
plushes of
for you.
Ryoko. And I
He
also have
does-
a bunch of figurines of Ryoko. So,
Alright.
When?
Hmm.
What do you think of my-
I think Meme said he had a question for you.
well,
What about you, Pirate?
Oh, me? What's up?
Yeah. Have you played the Star Wars the Force Awakens games?
I have not.
you have not.
Oh no, the Force Unleashed, not
Oh,
Force
Force
Awakens. my bad.
Unleashed. I played the
Force
first one.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
refuse to play the second one though, because I heard it
Tell
is
one
I
was
bought
about
both
to
of them.
scream at you.
What? Oh,
I literally just bought
Okay,
both.
second
Force
one?
Awakens. I was
Second
like,
one?
what?
I
Second
got
one?
it mixed up, my bad.
Force
Second game?
Unleashed. I played the first one. I like the first
Second game's-
one.
The second game
I
is
bought
good.
both of them.
What? Story? Terrible.
So
I
I
like
gotta
the
show
gameplay.
you guys. I gotta show you guys some stuff. I'm gonna get signed at the convention.
Okay.
Oh, what is that?
So this is the OG Broly Pop they released the San Diego Comic Con.
Yes.
So
are
Vic's
you gonna
signing
get
that.
signed by Vic?
Watch him
Yeah.
just, watch him just show
The
off.
He's gonna
Alpha
flex.
5 Pop
Oh,
that Ronnie's gonna sign.
Aye, aye, aye.
Yep.
Just you're talking to a major Tokusatsu fan, and you're giving me age right now.
Aye, aye, aye.
I'm actually embarrassed.
2 OG Goku Pops that
Yes.
Ian's gonna sign.
Monkey.
I got Goku's wife, Chi Chi.
Kurogiri from My Hero that Chuck's gonna sign.
Cute.
Yes.
Kirogiri. Oh my god.
I want to get a Hiei. If they got Hiei.
The Yu Yu Hakusho pops are super
Edward!
damn-
Alright.
I
No.
got that.
Edward
dude.
Elric,
I got
the
that.
Little Alchemist.
I got that exact
Edward.
Funko Pop. Hang on. I'll be right back.
Wait,
Since you're
wait.
flexing.
You're
Okay.
not. Go away.
flexing.
Stay away.
Master Roshi.
Roshi.
Ian with
Bro,
the
man, you
OG.
buy a Focus. I want to
Roshi.
see the statues, bro. Give me some of
Why
that
do you
good
have Justin
smile,
as a
brother.
Falcon Pop, bro?
Bro, give me some of the good smile stuff,
I
bro. Come on,
have,
man.
like-
Give me some Nendoroids. Give me
The
some
Hercules
Nendoroids.
Pop.
I want to see some Nendoroids.
Oh, that is so cool.
Oh, that's
Let's see.
Hercules.
Yeah.
This huge galactic toy exclusive Broly.
Hang on.
Broly.
Oh my gosh.
Bro.
That's
Bro-
OG
Broly.
Broly.
I got this for Quentin to sign. A Human Torch Pop.
Ah, he's gonna
Human
love that.
Torch. He's gonna love that one.
Pretty dope. Pretty dope.
Hang on.
Poggers.
My 2 Darth Vader Pops. Oh, that one's
Darth
got
Vader, oh my god. Best character in Star Wars, hands down.
I'm about to lose my mind.
Bro, the amount of
Hang on.
Funko Pops this man has, bro.
an OG Gigi Edgley Shiana Farscape
Unbox.
figure.
Hang
Not even
on.
open.
Hang on.
Um,
A
Never
bunch
seen
of
it.
a bunch of Star Trek.
Not
Jonathan
even-
Frakes
Hang on.
record.
Not even opened either. Good stuff.
Hang on.
Huh?
Hang on.
Are you guys really gonna show off your Funko Pops collection?
Yeah, I think they are.
I have a Funko Pop collection.
Good lord.
I got
There it
membered as well, and it's already.
We
gotta
know
get-
you,
I got-
Neo.
Got to get the '90s Power Ranger
You gotta
flip
get the
head.
Rangers back.
Oh,
real shit-
cool.
Real shit. You're not a Toku fan until you get Super Sentai Kamen Rider in the
Yeah,
same bag,
Vic
bro.
signed this one for me, like at Bubba Fest when I first met him. It was awesome.
How was
Yeah.
that?
I bought a
How was that Bubba Fest that year?
Yep. Yep.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
don't lose your way. Don't lose your way. Don't lose your way.
Actually, I already
What do you
know
mean
mine.
show my Funko Pop collection, bro?
Yeah, go ahead, show yours.
Oh,
Oh,
my
me?
God, everybody's flexing here. Mark.
No, if you want me to
Oh,
flex
Mark.
it,
Pull out the big guns. They're
do
right
it.
over there.
Come on.
Oh my God!
Oh,
I told Win about your.
Hey, this is wins.
Look at
here's mine. I
Wins.
got Scout, I got Doom, I got Lilith, I
Good
got.
lord, we're gonna be here all fucking night, dude.
Everyone is flexing.
Look at
Showing
Wins.
I got the entire. I got the Persona collection too. This is like $700 for this entire collection right here.
Look at that.
Hey.
Over 700. This is 700.
Morgana.
Right now,
I
my
see
guy.
Morgana down
Nuh-uh. Nuh-uh.
Go to Amazon, brother.
Nuh-uh. Nuh-uh.
Brother.
Yeah.
Go to
No, wait,
Amazon,
wait.
brother.
You can't be
Michelle,
serious.
help, please.
Brother.
I even got Yu-Gi-Oh
Can't forget.
cards.
Everybody's flexing
You can't
so hard
forget
it's
about
breaking my
the-
fucking phone again.
Pop-ups and
I got some
Nintendos.
Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
What?
Pop-ups and Nintendos.
I summoned Trap Ho, and I'm gonna put
Is that
Meme in
Diva?
it.
Yes,
Oh, yeah?
Diva.
Victoria! Oh, break!
Also, Pirate, what did you say about me?
I said I'm gonna put you in the Trap Ho.
You're not gonna
Why?
do shit.
I got Scrap Art and Scarecrow. Bitch, it's not me. Negate your attack, flip face down, motherfucker.
Back to doing
I don't think
commercials, you Mr.
so.
Clean
I
Looking
summoned
Boy.
Blue Eyes White Dragon without tributing any monsters.
Here's my
Synchro.
Bad Man Vegeta signed by Chris Sabat.
Ah!
No, no,
Vegeta!
no.
No.
Oh my gosh.
Vegeta!
Vegeta!
Vegeta.
Vegeta, what? It's a Chaozu.
Somebody said they liked Erica Mendez earlier.
Yes, 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 yes.
I'm pretty sure that's Erica, right? That's her character.
Agretsuko!
Yeah, it's signed.
Jesus.
Oh my
In the
fucking
background.
god,
Let's go.
bro! I want her to sign my card. I want her to sign my Bernadetta card like so goddamn badly, bro. Like you do not know how much I would
I could totally
die.
do a heavy metal band.
What is going on, dude?
Yes. Brain rotting right now.
But yeah, Pirate, I
Hey.
bought both Force Unleashed games. They
BJ,
were on sale.
he showed a Agretsuko Funko Pop.
Fucking go, man.
There's a Boruto pop signed by Amanda
Boruto.
Miller.
Yo,
Ah,
Boruto.
Amanda
fucking
Miller.
Boruto?
Winry signed by Caitlin Glass.
Don't know
Yay!
what that is.
You need a. Oh my God, Mark, why didn't you invite Caitlin Glass?
Listen, I was trying to get Caitlin and God, why does his name just escape me?
Aaron Desmuke.
Yeah, Aaron Dismute. Yeah.
Yep, Aaron Desmuke. He voices Alphonse.
They
Alright, for me.
So
Damn it! We could have had a Full Metal Alchemist panel, and I would have had all of them. And
There's always next year, Dustin.
He's always next year, man.
You stopped at the default Metal Alchemist though.
yeah, it's not gonna even be like
It's gonna be fucking Disney.
It's gonna
There's
be
a-
Disney. It's gonna be Disney
a
related.
Beerus figure
Beerus,
signed by
yes.
Jason Douglas.
Beerus, nice.
Beerus.
Speaking of
Hakai.
Yes.
hang on,
When,
beer
when,
back. I'm
Wait,
gonna.
we got
when you said Hakai, bro, like.
Wait a minute, we got a Beerus, right?
Yep.
Yeah, we got a. Yep, there's a Beerus sign.
Got my
Yeah.
kitty.
I would ask for Erica Mendez to
got
go to
my
the Metrotham
Beerus.
Con so fucking badly, bro.
He's gotten bigger.
I've had adult beverages with Erica Mendez, Lauren Amanda, Bryce Pappenbrook, Christina V.
You
Me too.
better drink with me, Mark. I need a screwdriver.
That's all sorts of people that would be awesome guests for the convention.
Oh,
I wish, man.
Who? Bryce Pappenbrook
Yeah,
and
can I-
Christina V.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and Erica
Did I ask my
Mendez.
question earlier?
Next
Oh,
year.
man. Can't wait.
I just remembered that I had a question.
Meme has a question.
What's up, man?
By the way,
I was wondering if there's going to be a DC con, if there hasn't been already.
Yeah, that's definitely something. So that's one that I wanted to wait until we grew our attendance some more, so I can go after guests from like the DCU. I would love to get somebody like a Jeff Johns out. I'm a huge Green Lantern fan, and he did like the Blackest Night, Brightest Day story arc in the comics. That's my favorite. This is a Black Lantern hat I've got on. But I would want to be able to have the funds to go after bigger names like Grant Gustin from Flash, Stephen Amell. I don't know if I could touch somebody like Jason Momoa or Henry Cavill, but I would love to be able to go after somebody like that if we had a
Henry
DC.
Cavill. Oh my god,
Yeah.
I want him.
This is important because I'm actually a huge DC fan.
And I'm a huge Witcher fan, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm not like, I mean,
Season 3. We don't talk about season 3. We don't
Yeah,
talk about
don't
season
talk
I'm not
about
like-
season 3.
I'm not top DC fan. Like, I don't, own everything, but I'm somewhat well versed on it.
Yeah.
I do need to get caught up on some comics, but
When was the last what was the last comic you read?
last comic I read,
Mhm.
a little bit. I think the last comic that I read was a little bit of Infinite Frontier, and that's because Darkseid got a huge buff in it, and that's my favorite character.
I'm a big Deadpool fan.
Hey.
I mean, I'm not really into
Deadpool's a
comics.
copy of Deathstroke.
Yeah.
He is. He's like the
I'm not-
comedic version of Deathstroke.
What they did to Spider-Man is unforgivable. What the writers did to Spider-Man in recent comics is unforgivable.
Mhm.
I will never
That's
read another
right.
Spider-Man. I will never read another Spider-Man comic ever again because what they did to my man Peter.
Scale issue.
I don't even want to know.
You don't want to know. This is coming from a guy who's seen some shit, bro. Like what they did to him is unforgivable at this point.
Yeah.
I want to
At
keep
this
my
point, I'd rather
superheroes.
just,
I've always loved them.
I'd rather just read Invincible at this point, bro.
Invincible's good.
Crazy.
Invincible.
Speaking of which, anybody excited for Invincible season 2?
I'm looking.
Oh my
forward to
god,
it.
I can't fucking wait, bro.
Anybody like the boys?
Oh, the boys?
Boys.
I mean, the show's decent, comic book based.
I am stronger. I am better. I am better.
Oh yes, I love seeing Huey play football with A-Train's head.
Oh yeah.
I'm just gonna
There is something I want to talk about. I mean, you guys watched the new Power Rangers special, right?
Yes,
That they
I
did.
have. You're talking to a major Tokusatsu fan.
It's really good. I mean, and I'm glad that they brought back all those people. Power Rangers was a big part of my life. Because I was 3 years old when I watched it, and I had all the toys, and I'm looking forward to meeting Walter Jones because it'll be the second Black Ranger I get to meet. Because I've already met Johnny. I've met Johnny Young Bosch, but I'm looking forward to meeting Walter Jones.
Signed by
Austin St. John.
Austin St. Bro, that's
It's a shame he wasn't in that. It's a total shame he wasn't in that. I mean, regardless of all the legal stuff that's going on behind the scenes, I mean, I have no idea what's going on there. Uh, but I mean, he still should have been in it because I mean, he's a big part of Power Rangers.
Got several JDF autographs. I'm looking at my
That's what I
Steve
wanted to get in.
Cardenas, Karen Ashley, Walter Jones. I've got them all signed over there.
Mark, that's what I want to get into. JDF, you know, like it just happened so unexpectedly, and it was like it my whole world just shattered. Cause
Pirate.
Yeah.
I have seriously Common Rider.
Yeah.
Yes,
Mhm.
But
we were gonna watch Common Rider at some point, and you're not stopping me.
I'm not gonna stop you. But Jason David Frank, I mean, it's sad what happened to him, and I made a video about it. You know, like I was literally crying. It was hard for me to even make that video because I didn't want to believe it. I thought it was a hoax. Like I honestly did, because when they posted it on Twitter, I was like, this has to be a joke. I mean, because this man. I mean, he has a family. He's a Christian, and just everything about him. He's just a friggin' good person. I mean, I
Yeah,
got to meet him at Lexington Comic Con last year.
I had text messages from him like 3 weeks before that.
Yeah, and
What do you do?
I was thinking that you guys would have invited him.
Yeah, he's been wanting to do the show,
Mm-hmm.
but I mean that just tells you like depression is a mother effer.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm sorry. I'm just getting teared up now because I mean, like,
Are you okay?
yeah, I'm alright.
Why did I come back to depression? What
I
happened?
mean, just
I have no clue.
like Jason David Frank, he was a hero to me because that's the type of person I want to be like is him and Vic, and you know I just
Yo,
I
deep
want to
breaths.
be that type of person.
Deep breaths, bro. Deep breaths.
I mean, it's just sad though that people don't take mental health seriously.
I mean, it is
really is.
pretty fucking stupid, honestly.
Yeah, it is stupid that people don't take it as seriously. Because you never know what goes on behind the scenes. I mean, I knew I knew that Jason was going through a divorce and stuff like that, but I wouldn't think that that would be the reason. I mean, there had to be so much more than that because I mean, he's just a good person.
I mean, that's the thing. Like everybody has their demons. Everybody has their skeletons in the closet. Everybody has their, things that you can sit there and say don't have any regrets, but everybody has regrets, right? Like there's no way you can go all throughout life and not have a single regret.
Mm-hmm.
That stuff just builds up on you, right? And can put weight on your shoulders that is just unbearable, and it leads you to do things, like that. So I think what he was going through was kind of that extra push, that made him make that decision.
So, are you guys gonna be doing something to pay tribute to him, or?
Um, I've thought about that. I don't really know because it doesn't really do it justice.
Mm-hmm.
And there's just so much of that already happening, like at all the Power Ranger conventions, and um, and now like his daughter or whatever is getting booked as a guest at conventions, which I don't know. I don't know if I like that or think it's in poor taste.
I mean, I understand that he would want fans to enjoy his work, and
Yeah,
in a way, it's good to keep his legacy alive, through his kid. But I think that his kid should, I mean, do their own thing too.
Right.
True.
Which I know
No,
she was really close to her dad.
she was, but the weird thing, it almost seems like they're advertising her as like a cash grab, right? Like they're playing on everybody's emotions of the fact that JDF is gone just recently, and it's like, oh, we have his daughter here, buy a bunch of tickets,
Yeah.
and you can kind of like grieve with us together. I don't know, it just feels
Yeah, that
a
right there.
little
Then
little off
no,
to me.
no, because I mean that's not the point. I mean you would want to
Right.
go to a convention not to mourn and grieve over somebody, but to celebrate them.
Right,
That is
and
true.
that's the thing. I think they advertise her as like a guest, right? They did the little guest banners. There's been a bunch of shows that are doing that. I think if you're gonna, it's okay that she's there. I don't have a problem with that.
Hmm.
But announce her being there as, hey, we're doing a tribute, to JDF at this show, and his daughter, is gonna be there.
Hmm.
Cool, to help us celebrate his life, right?
Hmm.
His legacy. Cool.
Mhm.
I'm cool with that.
Yeah,
But when
but
you parade her around as like a celebrity guest, I don't know. It just seems
yeah,
like a cash
it's
grab.
like a cash grab. Yeah, because the guy just died,
Right.
and it's like, you see all these Twitter accounts of these dead actors still being active and people using it, which, thankfully, most of them, they're doing it as a way to keep in touch with the fan base and everything. And they just post, screenshots and pictures of like scenes and sets that that person was in, which
Yeah.
that's fine to me, but I hate when they ask for donations. I mean, if you're selling a shirt, like if you're selling a shirt and the funds go to the family, that's fine.
Cool. Yeah.
That's cool. But to make money off of that person, that no.
Well, I mean, what there was a thing that came out that said the majority of all like charitable foundations, the majority of the money goes in somebody's pocket instead of to the people that actually need it, right?
Oh
So it
yeah,
makes you kind of suspicious of just blindly donating money and you don't know where it's going.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
And that's,
and there's nothing wrong
that's with
if you want to donate and help somebody,
but
but
yeah.
just know what you're getting yourself into.
Do your research on that organization,
Hmm.
and make for sure they have, good intentions and that it's going to the right places.
Like, I mean, I donated money to the Trevor Project, which is for trans people and LGBTQ people,
Yeah.
people that are struggling with themselves and trying to get their life on track, and everything. That's what Trevor Project does, and I support that type of stuff, you know,
Yeah.
and
I mean, there's one thing that we all have in common, regardless of. I mean, you just can't argue it. We're all human beings, right?
hmm
And we all share this earth together. Um, to my knowledge, we haven't invented or come up with a way to get to Mars and become Martians, and unless Elon Musk keeps going,
yeah.
um, we're all here together. So let's try to enjoy each other and
Oh yeah. I
love
mean,
one another, so to speak, not to get too, mushy.
no. I mean, I think we should all just come together and be able to enjoy, you know, like whatever it is that we're into,
Right.
and take our minds off of this depressing world.
Yeah. Like I said, we focus too much on our differences, and we want to be negative, and it's so much easier to,
It is.
you know, attack somebody, verbally or bully them. It's do something. I mean, and that's true. To do something that's uplifting and positive for the world, it takes a lot more effort than it does to be negative. So that's why there's so many negative people. It's so much easier just to be negative
Yeah. Oh yeah.
because being good is it's hard work.
Oh yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna bully Pirate here for a minute. Pirate, get back on track with the con.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I
I'm sorry.
yeah,
You
I
okay?
gotta hop off soon. I gotta get up early.
I know.
do have one question, Mark.
Yeah,
Um, you're gonna have like mothers admitted free to the convention,
on
right?
Sunday.
Is there
Yep.
gonna be something that the mothers have to do, or the people? Now, how is that gonna work?
So that's tricky anytime you do something like that because it's like really anybody can say they're a mother, you know. So at that point, you know, if obviously if they have their kids with them, that's pretty obvious. Okay, you're a mother.
Yeah.
Um,
Because I'm pretty sure men couldn't do that.
I mean, that's you know.
Yeah.
So hopefully, there's not too many instances where we're like, your pet doesn't count. I know I love my pets too, you know, and I may get some flack for saying that, but um, you know,
You're not
you just
allowed
don't
to.
want you don't just want anybody to say, "Hey, I'm a mother," you know.
I mean,
Um,
you like. What about pets in the convention center? You're not allowed them anyway, right?
the only ones I think is
Service animals.
service animals. Yeah.
Okay. It's kind of hard to. Oh yeah, I was gonna actually tell you a story. Uh, speaking of animals, someone brought a
Here to
pig.
answer your question, we'll try to use our best judgment.
Yeah,
Obviously, if it's your mother, then we know. Yeah, you know what I mean. So,
Yeah.
um,
yeah,
yeah, we just try to do the best we can, and I would rather give out a few free passes as opposed to upset anybody. You know,
yeah.
it's not that big of a deal.
No, I
Yeah,
mean you want people to have fun and be able to enjoy themselves.
yeah,
But I mean, like last year, I'll never forget this though. I mean, when we came down there last year, you know, and I told you about the rooms and stuff. I tried to book a hotel like in advance, but they didn't get my reservation or anything, so I ended up staying one night. And I
yeah,
didn't have the money to stay another night, and you offered to actually do that for me.
yeah.
To pay for another night,
Yep.
and that's why I love you guys. I mean, like, because you would be willing to do that, and
Yeah.
help people.
It's. I mean, I've always been that way. You know, I was I played like every sport there was in high school, and I was probably considered more of like a jock or a prep. You know, I wore polos and was had scholarships to multiple colleges, and but I always cared about everybody, right? Like I always stood up for everybody, regardless of you know your class in society or your race or your religious
Hmm.
belief or anything. I always stood for what was right.
Hmm.
Um, and I think I got a lot of that from my love of comic books and my love of Superman, right? Like Superman was always my jam growing up, and that's what got me into comic books. And I was a weird jock because I was nerdy as well. I've always loved, you know, different fandoms, you know, DC, Marvel, Star Wars, Star Trek, all that stuff. Um, but you know, I've always been that way, and I will always be that way. I care about people genuinely. I care about this con genuinely, and I'll do anything that I can to help anybody, whether I've known them for 20 years or I just met them, as long as it's within my means.
Hmm.
You know, if a small token of gratitude is what it takes to change somebody's life or brighten their day, I'm all about it.
Yeah, I mean, because that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm glad that you were able to do this stream with me. Finally. uh, but because I'm looking forward to next week. I'll probably be there Friday. To set up everything.
Yeah.
What time? What time does everybody need to be there?
So, setup as far as like for you and stuff would be the time frame is 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. As
Right.
long as you get set up within that time frame. The show starts at 2 for open public, and VIPs can get in at 1.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I don't think you explained about the VIP stuff. Uh,
Yeah. So, as far as what VIP, what it gets you,
yeah,
yeah.
this
So
year.
if you pre-register VIP, you get a Return of the '90s artwork T-shirt. Um, you get line priority. You get an hour early entry each day to the vendor hall. Uh, you get entered in for our $1,000 giveaway. There's like statues and Funko Pops and tabletop games and all that stuff. It's all bundled into one. It's like $1,000 worth of stuff. You get entered in to win that, and you also um, get access to the Jennifer Seahey concert.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
the
I think
Stellar
Kevin
Moon.
Sorbo is having a VIP thing, isn't he?
He is. That's a completely separate ticket um,
Ah.
thing that he does. So just regular VIP doesn't get access to
Oh wow. It's
that.
all good. But I mean, I'm glad that you were able to, get me some interviews last year, especially
Yeah,
with Seth,
Joshua Seth.
Joshua Seth, you
Yeah, he's
know.
great.
And I was wondering if maybe you could set me up this year.
Possibly. I mean, um, I don't see any reason why, a few of our guests wouldn't be more than happy to have a conversation.
Yeah, because that's
Yeah.
what I want to do. I mean, I always want to do that
Yeah.
because, I mean, that's what my channel is about.
Right.
But,
Yeah, it's one of those things where I think, I will probably because there's, multiple podcasts and stuff like that kind of want to interview people. So it's like, hey, I'm gonna reach out to the guests as soon as they get there. Can we block off, maybe an hour out of your day throughout, the weekend to, spend 10 minutes with this person,
yeah.
15 with this, whatever. That way they can have conversations with you guys, and you can get content for your channels.
hmm I'd appreciate that.
Yeah. So I'll do my best to make that happen. Obviously, they don't have to do that, so
No,
I can't help it if they don't. But
no.
I will definitely ask
I appreciate it.
because I personally would want to talk to them and maybe do an interview with them myself, even. So
Yeah. I mean, they'd probably say yes to you. I mean, you're
I
Mark.
mean,
You're Mark.
I, I'm essentially for that weekend. I'm their boss, right? I'm the one that's you know helping make them money.
Yeah. But I mean, I wouldn't expect them to because I know that's their business too. They can't
Yeah.
just walk away from their table and
Right.
I mean that's the thing. The best way, like I always tell people, the best way if you want an interview with them, just go to their table and ask them.
Hmm.
I mean, it's probably not the best idea because, a lot of noise and everything,
Right.
going on. But, that's really the best way to do that.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that's a way that's aside from you know knowing somebody that can maybe ask on your behalf.
hmm
That's really the only other way that you have.
Yep.
You don't want to like stalk them down in the hallway,
hmm
while they're trying to go to their lunch break. Don't do that.
No, don't do that. No.
Yeah. Um,
Yeah, that'd be the worst case scenario.
hmm
But I mean, if they don't have anyone, like if the line isn't full or anything, that would probably be the best time to ask them.
Right.
because they're not. They're. I mean, usually on Friday the lines are big. You know.
Yeah. Sunday's a good day to do that.
Hmm.
Um, those are traditionally your slower days at any convention.
Hmm.
So.
But I mean, does anybody else have any questions for Mark?
Nope.
No, I don't.
I don't think I do.
I've talked y'all's ears off.
Yeah. You're awesome though, Mark.
I mean, hopefully, one thing, if you guys, if you never come to Metrotham Con, hopefully one thing that if somebody did ask you about our show, hopefully one thing you can take away from this is, hey, the dude, I had a conversation with him. He seems very genuine. He seems to really love what he's doing. I think that he cares about like the fans and the fandoms as a whole. And if that's how you feel coming out of this conversation, then I've done my job. Like that's what I want to convey. So hopefully I've done a good job of that
Oh,
and
you
make
did
me
it. Spot
feel
on.
that I'm sincere about what I do and what I'm trying to do and the vision I have for it. And I really appreciate you guys, having me on and taking the time to have a conversation and giving me a platform, on your channel. I really appreciate it.
It's no problem. Even though my channel's small, like I try to do that for everybody.
Yeah. I mean, and that's the thing. Like, even we'll see. What's the most popular podcast in the world? Probably Joe Rogan, right?
Joe
Even
Rogan.
Joe Rogan started small at some point.
And Markiplier, his podcast is big too.
Yeah.
Like everybody's just doing podcasts.
Yeah.
When we need to get on this, man.
Honestly, yeah, y'all should do one. That
I
would
mean,
be
we already
interesting.
do. It's just scheduling.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm glad to have you on, Mark. It's been a treat. I mean, I'm sure everybody here can agree that you're awesome.
Yeah, it's been fun. You're pretty cool.
I try to be.
And hopefully next year, Michelle and me will be able to come and and win. We'll be able to come to Metrotham Con.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, that would be really awesome if you can like have a big meetup with your community.
Yes.
It will be if you actually send me the schedule.
Yes.
So it'll probably be like the second weekend in May. That's around the time of year we always have our show. So just go ahead and throw that out there.
Yeah.
Alright.
So it'd be the 13th, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I don't have it right in front of me. So, but yeah, probably that's what it is.
Yep. Nope. Hang on. It would be May the 17th. No, wait. Nope. No,
11?
May the 10th through the 11th.
Oh.
May the 10th to the 12th. Okay.
Well, there you go.
Sorry. It's always the second week of May.
Oh, and happy early May the 4th be with you.
May the 4th.
May the 4th.
May the 4th. Are you going to be posting anything about that on Facebook?
May the 4th?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, I got a Darth Vader shirt on. Come on.
Yeah.
All right. At least this way, if he doesn't tell me, I know when it is. So.
Yeah.
Yep. And we have all year to plan it out.
Hell yeah.
And plus, I think. Oh yeah, I was gonna ask you this, Mark.
Mm-hmm.
Is the Metrotham deal still a thing for hotels?
So the Marriott's sold out.
Right.
I do have a block at the Chattanooga. It's a discounted rate. The hotel rooms there are typically like $329
Per night.
Per night. Our rate is $179 per night.
Right.
So that's probably that's the best deal. We've got a block at the Staybridge too, but it's the same price. For that price, the Chattanooga's a much nicer hotel.
Yeah, but we're thinking of getting a resort, like like different rooms for everybody.
Yeah, gotcha. I mean, you could even look into like Airbnbs and stuff. Um,
Yeah.
and there's an exit past like the downtown area that has more affordable like 2-star type hotels where they're $80 a night, $70 a night.
Yeah, I'm staying at the Super 8.
Okay, yeah,
That's where I'm staying at.
yeah. No, hey, that works.
Yeah, Michelle, you could thank Michelle for that.
You're welcome. It's got a pool.
Nice.
But I mean, I'm
As long as
just
it's
looking
got a
forward
bed.
to it. I'm looking forward to next week. I'll see you then, Mark.
All right, thank you guys so much.
Thank you, Mark.
Yep.
Thank you,
I'll
Kiri.
see you guys soon. Talk to you soon. Y'all have a good night.
Have a good
Have a
night.
good night.
You too.
You too. Before we close the stream, I'm gonna let Kiri and Win and everybody, plug themselves.
Okay. Give me one momento. Why don't you plug yourself first before I do that?
Yeah, sure. You can follow me on Twitter at Winfrix. I also have you can follow me on YouTube at Win, or my other account, which is Everybody Boys, where me and my boys make podcast videos, shit like that. I have a DeviantArt account if you want to follow some of my art shit. My shit posts in Photoshop and drawing are mostly out there. I don't usually post it there anymore, but if you want to see a couple of my artwork, you can go ahead and take a look at that. But for the next upcoming videos, I'm currently working on a video called making a compilation videos of both the Quentin Flynn interview and the Bryn April Plays Doki Doki Literature Club Plus. And then for the Everybody Boys podcast, I am currently working on a few other things at the moment. Currently have a big hiatus going on right now but once the convention comes, I'll be working on that. I'll be making like 6 more videos for that, but that's about it, really.
All right, and I'm Kiri Bloodrose. I'm a VTuber. Over on Twitch, you can follow me at Kiri Bloodrose. I'm actually planning on streaming a little bit at Metrotham Con, so y'all can catch me there, or y'all can catch me and Pirate in person if you're attending the convention. I do techie stuff on occasions. I'm actually going to be playing a lot of Kingdom Hearts because Quentin Flynn will be at the convention, and I kind of want to get in the mood for that. But it's going to be a fun time at Metrotham Con. I'm looking forward to meeting Pirates. I'm looking forward to meeting Mark again and all of you guys. So come on out to Metrotham Con, and a little bit of self-plug for the department I help out with. Y'all come to the gaming portion of the convention.
Yeah, go to the gaming room, because that's probably where my table's gonna be, more than likely. Because I usually like setting up there, anyway. Because, that's sort of the thing in my channel. I like more than just video games, but, that's my main thing. But, other than that, does anybody else have anything to say before we end the stream?
I'll say one thing.
All I'm saying is thank you for joining us for the stream.
And I will say actually 2 things. Number 1, shout out to Dojin Ronin, who's going to be throwing an awesome after party at, I think, midnight, Friday and Saturday. And thanks for having me, Pirate, and thanks for letting me hang out, chat with you guys.
It's no problem.
And also, thank you, Sorry, for allowing me to be part of your stream.
You're welcome.
And of course, not only that, I hope I can get a chance to come up there and see you guys.
You will. You just gotta,
Be patient. I know.
I sadly won't be there at the con that year because since I'll be attending with my boys at another con, unfortunately. But
Yeah,
hopefully next year, man.
And Michelle and me won't be able to be there either, but they will be on Discord. Because I'm
Discord. Yeah,
I'm gonna
Discord.
have my Discord there the whole time. So.
And I hope you have a good night and travel safely. Then.
Yeah.
Good night.
you all have a good night. I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream. Thank you guys so much for being part of this. Because that's what this is about. It's about celebrating the things that we love and cherish, and having a conversation about that. And not so much as make it all about drama and everything. But I mean, I try.
Hey,
my
bye,
best.
guys. It's been fun.
Yeah.
Oh
You
yeah.
guys have a good one.